Hello, everyone, and welcome to Plus 3, the show that gets the tough stains out. I'm Matt Rosman, joined by Manu Singal, John Epley. Boys, how we doing?
We're chilling. We're big chilling. You know, I'm about to, after this, I'm going to get some dinner. I think I'm going to have some nice, I'm going to have a quesadilla. What about you, Epley?
Yeah, Mexican night here too. Maybe chip salsa, queso.
Yeah, that sounds good. That sounds good.
I hate these guys. First, Luke Garrett is back in a big way. What do you guys, come on, like, these are some, like, just looking at his performances, they've been certainly a significant improvement from what we've seen. I mean, guys, what do you got?
Yeah, dude, he's back, and he's back with a vengeance, I think. For those like unaware, Luke Garrett, he's has to be one of the best cubers in the country right now, one of the best cubers in the world. But I feel like he had a pretty lackluster performance at NAC. This is something that he also mentioned in that Luke Garrett, Timon Kolsinski podcast that they've been running from time to time. And I think it's really, really awesome to see him back in the limelight now. Just like some stats for you here, like he competed in all rounds of Great Lakes Championships. Now, a lot of people are like, oh, whatever, like, why does that really matter? Like, sometimes I compete in all rounds too. But you have to remember, this is like pretty close to a major championship, to where, you know, the advancement criteria are not super easy to get across. Like, it's not that easy to go from like round 2 into round 3, for example. You have to like be pretty good in order to do that in most cases. His worst finish across all events was 8th place in Square One, which is, you know, an event that he is not particularly well known in, and 7th place in multi-blind. I think that 7th place result was 13 out of 16, which is like 10 points is a pretty non-trivial amount of points too. You have to consider, like, this man's like breadth across all the events is extremely impressive. And man, is he one of the best all-rounders right now? What do you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. You see Luke Garrett make finals all across NAC, and as someone that has lived one state away from Luke and has been at many competitions with him, I mean, I think it's amazing. Still to this day, I'm helping stream finals, and I'll see Luke Garrett in a finals for a seemingly random event, and it's like, really, you know, this one too, and you know, he's certainly got to be one of the top in Kinch ranks. I mean, we'd have to look it up to verify, but I mean, winning all 4 rounds in GLC for 3x3 really shows that he has to be grinding 3x3 and working on his consistency, and you know, getting more consistent in these high pressure moments, especially against you know, such big competition.
Yeah, I think one thing that's also interesting is at some point there was some talk I heard after NAC, like, man, it's unfortunate that like he didn't perform that well. Maybe you should consider dropping some of these side events. But I think this was a good way to kind of silence those people. It's like, yeah, like I can be good at the side events also and still like absolutely smoke it in 3x3. Like, he even beat Timon in round 1. He got like a 426 single. I think Timon was his judge for that one too, which is pretty cool. So yeah, I think just incredible work from him. He has more stuff coming up. I think he has Indiana Championship coming up at the end of November also. I mean, I can't imagine the Great Lakes champion is not going to be the Indiana champion as well.
Yeah, speaking of Timon's, I mean, but besides that, Timon's just kind of been killing it. Clearly is firmly establishing himself. We were talking about Luke Garrett being great all around, you know, but how can I make this comparison but not be disrespectful? Yeah, no, I can just say it. Luke Garrett is kind of the light version of what Timon can do. No. If you look at like Timon, like compare Luke Garrett and compare Timon, and you see Timon is much more like may not significantly better, but a pretty large degree better all around at all these different things. And I get Garrett. I mean, Luke Garrett has that kind of talent all around as well, but the way that Timon kind of handles stuff, I don't know. I think it's just kind of. Am I wrong for saying that?
I feel like there's a slight nuance there because Timon does focus a lot more on just N by N than what Luke Garrett does. So Luke Garrett will go and venture off into other side events. So he'll be doing, clock. He'll be doing 2x2 even really, where Timon doesn't really care too much about that. He'll be doing like even square one, like he's getting like 8-second averages. He's doing Scube. A lot of like even Pyraminx too, because like Timon used to be really good at Pyraminx, but Timon used to be a world record holder for Pyraminx, and he ended up stopping it completely. So it's like, I think when you kind of compare them, it's a little bit apples to oranges because Luke tends to spread himself out a little bit more on like a wide variety of events, whereas Timon is a lot more focused in on just N by N. So even though Timon is decently all around, it's still very focused on just 3x3 through 7x7 basically.
Yeah, I mean, if you delete like all N by Ns other than 3x3, then like Timon's range like gets a lot smaller, whereas Luke's range still ends up being like pretty large. It's just a function of how many N by Ns there are. The other thing is N by Ns are also easier to transition from one to the other, whereas like if you do 3x3, your skills in 3x3 don't really transfer that well over to other puzzles other than FMC. OH obviously, and Megaminx actually. If you're good at big cubes, then you just naturally have a buff to do Megaminx. But other than that, like, yeah, I mean, Timon is like really, really good though. I think he is the hottest cuber outside of China right now. And he got another sub 5 average at this competition, so he's looking really, really good. And I have a fun stat that I collected before. Yeah, imagine. I actually did some work before the episode came out. Across 60 total rounds of 3x3 that Timon has competed, only 3 people have ever beat him in any round. And he's only lost 5 rounds this year. In 4 of those 5 rounds, Luke Garrett was one of those people that beat him. So I just want you to like let that sink in. Like Luke and Timon are like, it's interesting. Like of all people out there, there's Yihang, Xuan Yi, and for some reason Luke Garrett that's occasionally will just take one off of Timon. That's pretty impressive if you ask me.
It seems like Luke Garrett has a much higher TPS threshold. They can both go very fast, but it seems like Luke Garrett is it can go very fast on just about any event, and then where Timon really highlights and can pop off is with his efficiency, with the full EOLS and ZBLL, which might just be full ZB. When it's good, it can be great, and if you can string a few of these solves together, you can get these insane world-class averages, but sometimes when all of that won't piece together, and then you have Luke over there just spamming turns, and that's not a discredit to his turning style. He's still a very efficient solver, but just his speed will always put him in the top, and it seems like with GLC he's back to dialing that consistency, and so it should be exciting, especially with us moving into championship season.
Yeah, I do just want to make a public apology to Luke Garrett, by the way, for not putting respect on his name. I see the error of my ways, and who knows, maybe Luke Garrett is the savior that Dylan's been looking for after all.
Dude, he's gonna make a video coming after you. Either that or like when imagine like he gets podium at World Championship, right? And he's like, yeah. So shout out to Matt Rosman who thought. Shout out to
this guy who didn't believe in me at all and said Timon was way better.
Hey, Greiser did it. So.
Oh no. Oh no.
Rubik's Cube. Over 3 billion combinations, but just one solution from Ideal.
Mintai, 6 of age, living in Los Angeles, California. He came to the United States 3 years ago.
Sorry about that, Felix. Felix is, he had the best time. I think we all saw it, 10.05 seconds.
Phil did it. Philip. Philip is the new world champion.
All right. I think we're good. I think we're on, Chris. Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to Washtenaw Fall 2024. It's afternoon for you guys, but we are in a very unique situation, commentating from the other side of the world. So if you're not familiar with our lovely faces, you'll be seeing us around the traps today. My name is Michael Tripodi, and I'm a speedkeeper from Australia, and I'm being joined by Chris Mills, coming to us live from New Zealand. Hello,
good morning,
Chris.
good evening, good night, everybody. How are we all doing?
That's right. Wherever it is, wherever you happen to be watching, we hope you're excited to tune into this competition. Washtenaw comps are a staple of the Speedcubing TV live streams, and we're stoked to be bringing you this one, Washtenaw Fall 2024. We're going to be seeing a lot of Luke Garrett today, aren't we, Chris?
Yes, it's kind of Luke Garrett Fall 2024, as he is the main Speedcuber here today. And it's kind of his main events we're going to be watching this evening. We're going to be watching 3x3 round 2, and then there's going to be some clocks, some one-handed, I think some pyramids and square one, which aren't so much his forte, and then some more 3x3. So yeah, our eyes are going to be firmly on Luke Garrett's beautiful face and his beautiful solving, and we'll see if he can pull out some PRs or, I don't know, maybe some records this afternoon.
That's right. I'm pretty sure every single event that we've got today, Luke Garrett is your top seed for. So we're going to be seeing a lot of him today. So I hope you don't get tired of seeing this little goofball doing some solves. Anywho, we're just waiting on, I believe 3x3 round 2 is going to be coming up next. Luke has been on a bit of a form slump recently, but he's on the way back now. So we're hoping that he can get something good. His PR stands at a 5.06 average, which is 6th in the world at the moment. So we're hoping with something good, he might be able to go sub 5, possibly even breaking Max Park's North American record average.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be his goal at the moment. I'm not really sure what events he's been practicing a lot. I think he's been doing a fair bit of clock over the last year or so. But yeah, that 3x3 average, the 486 for Max Park that he set, wow, a couple of years ago now, that's going to be his focus for sure. And he's definitely capable of it. I'd if I was to put my money on anybody to break it, it would probably be Matty. But Luke would be a close second, because I feel like Max Park, I mean, he's still fast, he's still the world champion, but he's definitely not improving at the rate these guys are. And I'm sure he could still beat it himself, but I reckon Matty and Luke, they're really gunning for it. And I'm excited to see who finally takes it.
Yeah, of course, we can't forget Max Park is the reigning world champion from Incheon in South Korea last year. But Luke Garrett, when he's on form, he can be quite difficult to stop. And some of the solves that we've seen, basic solutions they may be, he's a bit of an unstoppable force. And it's going to be really it's going to be really exciting to see if he can kind of lock in and get something good in this coming round.
Yeah, he definitely had, I mean, as the guys were talking about on +3, he definitely had a bit of a disappointing performance over at NAC, not really getting any strong podiums that he was hoping for. I know that, like, obviously he had a shot at being the North American champion as well, but then Max Park kind of popped off and Luke kind of faltered a bit under the pressure. But when you're trying to compete in so many events, I mean, there's probably half a dozen events that he could have podiumed, if not won, at that competition. It's really hard to have one bad performance and not let it bother you, you know. So it's unlucky, like, these bad competitions happen, and you just got to put it behind you and move forward. And I'm sure he's got his eyes set on the World Championships in Seattle next year already.
It'd be nice to get something good on home turf for him. It's easy to forget that Luke Garrett is kind of a king at so many events. It's difficult to, you know, have a finger in the pie of all of them. But yeah, it's also difficult given that 3x3 is obviously the main event at every single major, and the last event it's head to head. You can be so mentally drained from competing in so many finals that it can be difficult to perform when it comes to that moment. Yeah, it's just one of those aspects of being an all-rounder. Luke, as I understand, has also just recently become #1 in North America for Sum of Ranks, which is a metric of how well-rounded a cuber you are. So
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he's chosen to be an all-rounder. I think he talked about in a podcast with Timon that he just does it because it's fun. And I agree. Like when I go to a competition, I'm not nowhere near an all-rounder as Luke. Like I don't really touch the blindfolded events, and a lot of side events I never practice, but I still try and compete in
You're
basically
lost, by
everything
the
at a
way.
competition. I'm lost.
No, you're lost. Not doing blind events. That's an L on your part, mate. Blind events where all
My
the fun
loss.
is.
I like my mental health where it is, and blind events. Take it off that blindfold and see a DNF. I don't need that in my life. So
Don't know what
instead of
that
just
feeling's like, mate.
practicing to get
Can't relate.
successes, I just don't do it in general. But yeah, I mean, I know what
What
it's
you
like
don't
to go to
practice
a
can't hurt you
competition.
or something.
Is that the saying?
I don't know. Is there a queuing analogy for that?
Let's
We're
make
gonna
one. Let's
make
make
one
one.
before the end of the live stream. We've got to come up with something.
Yeah.
The
But yeah, I
less
know what
mental
it's like to
energy
go.
you put into the event, it won't hurt you as much.
Sure. Yeah. But yeah, if you're
Something along
competing the
that
whole
vibe.
weekend, bad results after bad results after bad results, it's hard to pick yourself back up for that final 3x3 final. But either way, we're going to be moving on to round 2 pretty shortly. These are the round 1 results. We only just started live streaming, so don't feel like you've missed anything. Luke Garrett obviously taking the first round with a 6.17 average, not too shoddy on his part, but definitely improvable in this next round.
While we're on the topic of kind of all-rounding, Stanley Chappell is also present at this competition. And I've got a bit of beef with Stanley as of around about 30 minutes ago because he's just re-nemesized me. I got him back in clock average at a competition about 3 weeks ago, and he's just taken it back from me. I'm now re-nemesized by Stanley. I was free of nemesis for a whole less than a month. So
for you guys that don't
thanks
know,
for that,
if you're
Stanley. Appreciate you.
nemesized, if you nemesize or are nemesized by somebody, that means they are better than you in single and average or single and mean for every single event. So it basically means like there's no point to have Michael because Stanley's just better than him at everything, right? And Luke Garrett also nemesizes me, so there's no point to have me because Luke Garrett's better than me at everything. So really, we shouldn't be
I
here.
think we're
It
just
should
pretty
be
pointless.
Luke and Stanley.
We shouldn't be here.
Like what's the point?
No, this is not the way I wanted this live stream to go. Chris Mills is already telling me that I'm useless. I shouldn't be here. No, that's right. If I got Stanley on one thing, I think we've got them both on good looks. What do you reckon?
Yes, I
I think
reckon.
we've got them covered there, well and truly.
I don't know. Luke's a pretty good looking guy. I don't know.
I don't know.
That's a tough competition.
Let me dream, all right? This is, of course, the Luke Garrett show. We're going to talk him up as much as possible over the coming few hours. He's going to be competing in pretty much every single final, I reckon. Every single final we're going to have him hopefully on the live stream. So, and with any luck, the stations for finals are going to be stationary. So hopefully we might be able to see exclusively Luke Garrett, all of his solves in every final. That's what we're looking forward towards.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure that the runners at this competition have been directed to bring the wonderful Luke Garrett into one of our 2 streaming stations. Looks like Tyler's having some issues with one of the overheads right now. He's patching it up. But what's really cool about this live stream is we've obviously got the Happy Feet cameras and some of the crew at the competition, but then they're sending all of the feed to Matthew's basement. And then there's a couple of people in Matthew's basement working on the stream, working on the replays and stuff like that. And then they get to send it to us and we can see that. And then we send our stuff back to them and then they all stream it straight from his basement. So like really we could be anywhere. The competition could be anywhere and the stream would still work. So this is the first time they've ever pulled this off for a competition, which is really exciting. I know Matthew is pretty giddy with excitement that he's managing to pull this off. And we're stoked that we're able to sit on the other side of the world, where like it's not even daytime for you, the sun's only rose for me, and we're able to watch Luke Garrett for a whole afternoon or morning for us.
Yeah, shout out to the team operating in Matthew's basement. That's a funny sentence, but anyway, yeah, it's amazing the technology that's able to bring these kind of live streams to life, and it was almost worth me waking up at 4:50 in the morning to commentate today. Almost. Well, if Luke gets something good, then it's definitely worth it.
Yeah.
Until then, we just have to wait and see. But anyway, we are hoping to kind of get more live streams like this around the way, getting more commentators from around the world, and obviously, what better way to start than getting commentators from literally the other side of the planet to commentate Washtenaw Fall 2024.
Yeah, for sure. We'll be showing you some footage soon. We're just there's just some groups finishing up, and then we'll be getting the fast groups with Luke in. So for now, you just have to watch us. But I'm sure you can tolerate that.
Yeah,
you can tolerate
the
I hope you can
group,
tolerate the blue hair.
Yeah.
I'm starting to not be able to tolerate it though.
We didn't even get to see a live stream with the blonde haired Chris. That's unbelievable.
There is a video on this
can't
channel
quite
actually. I did
comprehend
an interview. I did an interview with Matthew.
of course.
And that is on this channel. But then before
All
you know
of the fun
I'm
shenanigans
blue.
Wasot gets up to.
Yeah.
You're blue. I think someone wrote a song about that one time.
Huh. Interesting.
But yeah, no, anyway, the second group of 2x2, second group of 3x3, round 2 has started. They're solving at the moment, so we're going to get to some of the faster solvers hopefully in the coming groups. So we'll be able to get you some footage of that at the moment. But for now, just have to deal with us, me and Chris, a lovely little mugs.
Yes. So I've actually competed in this venue before, and my subconscious knowing this venue and knowing I was commentating this competition the next morning. Last night, I was dreaming about this venue. I was dreaming that I was there. I was dreaming that I flew out all the way to Michigan to live stream this competition in person, and I don't really remember what happened.
Didn't even take me
I
with
remember. No, I remember Oliver Wheat was there for some reason. And I got there, and Keaton Ellis was there as well. And he gave me a hug, and I was like, oh, long time no see, because I haven't seen old Keaton for a while. And I think Oliver and we got up on stage and we talked about some stuff, and he asked me some questions about Wasot. And I think that's kind of all that happened. And I remember this one mum was asking like a bunch of questions. It was a very odd dream. But sadly, I'm not there. I am still in my room at uni. But at least I got to visit the venue again for a bit in my dreams. And it is a nice venue in lovely Ann Arbor over in Michigan. Maybe I'll visit again one day, not in my dreams.
Yeah, well, cubing dreams are another level of weird. If you're dreaming about cubing, what does that say about you as a person? But I've had a few really weird cubing dreams. This is going to be one for the Australian audiences. I've had a dream where the Australian cricketer, Steve Smith, was solving a 3x3 in a competition, and he had time to put his cube on top of the timer display and stop the timer in sub 3. And I for some reason, I remember that being like a distinct dream I had probably about 3 years ago or something like that. Another cubing dream I've had was that I was judging Zaid Chowdhury for clock in the African Champs finals. And instead of hitting the stopwatch to start his inspection, I just like poked his clock.
Those are definitely some interesting dreams. I'm sure lots of people can relate to me when I say like I often have dreams about being late to competitions. That's a common dream I have, like probably a good few times a year, that I'll be in my dream and I'll be like frantically packing my bag or missing a bus or something like that, and be worrying about being late to a competition. I'm pretty sure I've heard a lot of people have that dream, or at least like being late to work or late to school or something like that. But for me, it's always late to competitions. And luckily it's never actually happened in real life. Maybe because I've practiced so much in my dreams that when it comes to real life, I'm always prepared.
Or the fear is like a kind of like a reinforcement that you just can't be late. And in your subconscious, it just doesn't let you be late now. Not to comps, at least. Other less important things, you know, slag them off. That's fine.
Yeah, I mean, the other day, just on Friday, I had my last class of the semester at uni that I needed to go to, and I just completely forgot to go. And I checked the
Oh
clock
no.
when I was calling my uncle at 4 p.m. and I'm like talking about how it's my last week of uni, and then I look at the clock and I'm like, oh, I was supposed to go to a class today, so it was quite
Oh.
unsatisfying because it was going to be like the last class of the year, and I just forgot to go. I did that twice
Yeah.
this week.
Gotta
Although one of them I could just go
finish
to a
strong.
later class. Yeah. Well finished in the old business school.
What do they say? It's not about how you start; it's about how you finish. And you finished
And I didn't
extremely
finish
poorly,
very
Mr.
well.
Mills. Yeah. Oh, incredible stuff! Incredible stuff. I've never dreamt about being late to a comp. Most of my comp experiences in dreams, if I'm competing, is just forgetting how to do 5 blind, which is, it's
quite
a
realistic.
really niche kind of. Yeah, it's a very niche kind of fear. I don't think many cubers would have that fear of forgetting how to do 5 blind, but you know what? That's just the lifestyle I've brought upon myself. That's
See,
I'm
I have
suffering
a
from the
loophole.
consequences of my own actions.
I have a loophole for never having a dream like that. I just don't know
It's
how
just
to
not
do
doing
5
blind.
blind in the first place,
Yeah,
and then
okay.
you can't forget about it, right?
Yeah. You can't forget what you don't remember.
Oh, it's Harsha Paladugu.
I think that's the
Go to
saying.
competitiongroups.com. Everyone should be on
Harsha
the stage.
Paladugu on the station doing a bit of
I believe
warm-ups.
it's the slower group that goes first. So
He is
So,
registered for
oddly-
block in this competition.
Well,
Many
check
would
on-
know
Yeah, he's
his
registered
main
for, like,
event is
clock,
Pyramix,
3x3
but
and
funnily enough,
100.
he's not registering for Pyramix.
Yeah, very odd.
Not registered for Pyramix this comp, which is a bit odd. And in fact, he's just used the station to do a warm-up and then has gone away again. Thanks, Harsha. Love your work.
Yes. Look at that wonderful background we got
Giving
back
the stream
there
some
with
content.
the Michigan logo. There's Luke. Luke's sighting.
So
Oh, you
I
guys didn't see
I
it.
saw a Luke sighting. Nah, they don't have the station
so
of view. We've
excited.
just seen
I'm so
we've just seen
excited. Oh my
Luke
god.
in a blue shirt, just walking behind the station. He's probably going to submit a cube. I think we're in business, boys. We're about to start.
Yes. I'm so excited. I'm a big Luke Garrett fan. And I mean,
Hard to
I met
find
him
a
for the
cube
first
that's
time.
not a big Luke Garrett fan.
Yeah, I met him in this for the first time in this exact venue in April last year.
I had the fortune of meeting Luke Garrett at Worlds in Incheon in Korea last year in August, and he was one of the only 2 people that I went up and got a photo with. He's a bit of a legend. I don't remember where I bumped into him, but we got a photo, and it's lovely. It lives on my camera roll somewhere deep in the annals of history.
Did he know who you were?
He came up and got a photo with me first. That was why I took a photo with
That's
him.
a good.
I
That's a
didn't
good
take
flag.
many photos, but if someone came up and got a photo with me, I made sure I got a photo with them back. So
Yeah.
That was nice. That was a humbling experience.
I'm sure your camera roll
I don't
is
know if that's
full
the
of
right word.
photos then, because so many people want photos of you, right?
Obviously, clearly.
All right.
Most
so
of my photos in my camera roll are selfies of me and Chris when Chris was over at my place.
So our schedule for the afternoon, we're gonna get underway with 3x3 round 2 pretty shortly, and then we're straight on to finals. We'll have clock, 2x2, square 1, pyraminx, one-handed, and then finally 3x3 again for the final. Won't be a head-to-head final, just be a kind of standard final, and there's quite a lot of people making the final, so there'll be a group of the like the top competitors and then the other competitors that made the finals beforehand as well.
I don't think I've ever competed in a competition that's had 2 groups of finals, but
Really?
if that's what's going
Is
on,
it-
then
Yeah,
that is
when I
really
organise
cool.
competitions, I usually make it pretty commonplace to have 2 groups of finals, because then you have lots of people hanging around to the end of the competition, so lots of judges for the other finals. That's usually how I see it. If you got like 30 people hanging around till the end of the day, then you're not going to have issues finding runners, scramblers, judges. So it looks like Harsha is
Alright, so
doing.
look on the
clock
station now.
right
Harsha's
now.
doing clock. We haven't missed the second round of 3x3, have we?
I would assume he might be doing some extras or something like that. That would be my guess. We'll try and find out for you what's going
That
on.
is possible.
But he ain't happy with that 5.5.
Harsh was a bit of a goat in clock. Obviously
that'd be my
gunning
guess,
for the
maybe.
world's phase 1 qualifier.
Ah, yes. Yeah, my guess would be like, oh, maybe he missed his group, or he was getting some extras or something like that. That's Justin just grabbing his clock there. He's one of the organisers of the Washtenaw comps.
Nice, nice. So not
I'm gonna
sure what
text
Harsh was
Harsha right
doing
now
there.
and see what's going on.
I sincerely hope that we haven't missed 3x3, but at the same time, there's another clock getting put down on that station now. So I'm not entirely hopeful, Chris.
Yeah, I feel like we might be going in the clock. We'll see if we can get some.
Now, I was under the impression that we would have gotten Luke Garrett on stream, but he was never on the station whatsoever, so it looks like we might just be starting clock. We haven't missed 3x3 altogether, though. We will be able to see the finals later on in the day, starting at 5:40 p.m. local time in Michigan.
Although, knowing clock, I wouldn't be surprised if they just had to redo the whole group or something like that. That happened at a local New Zealand comp recently. One of our top competitors, Lachlan Gibson, got an Oceanic record single, and then he also would have got OCR average, but he had an incident where he accidentally knocked over the cover before he started his solve. So there was a few of us watching the footage of that, deliberating what was going to happen. And then the guy who was scrambling took a photo of us deliberating about what to do. But unfortunately, the scrambles were also in that photo, and not everyone had finished. So it meant it meant we had to.
I was not sure what the
redo a
context
lot
of
stuff.
someone sharing the scrambles was, but obviously it was. It sounds like it was unintentional, but nonetheless it was good that Lockie could still get OCR singles. So he's now third in the world, if I'm not mistaken, a 2.19, which is absolutely insane. But he'll get a decent average as well soon enough. Harsha with a 5.39 there. Not sure what his goals are for this competition. My understanding is that he's looking for a sub 5.5, as that is the phase 1 qualifier for Worlds. However, he might already have that. I might be a bit behind the times there.
Let me pull up old mate's
what if I look
profile.
up Harsha?
He has a 479 average.
Ah, so he does. No, never mind then. All right, he's well and truly got that sorted then.
479 is
No
276
problem
in the world. That is bonkers.
Clock is improving so fast and so rapidly as an event. Obviously, with the advent of 7 Simul and the tutorial from Tommy on his channel and many other tutorials for variants around the YouTube space, making 7 Simul more accessible. I myself have dipped my toes in and have done a little bit here. It's nice to see that events that have been around in the WCA for so long and have kind of almost seemed a bit stagnant are finally sort of getting some life breathed into them and able to get some new theory.
So yeah, we just got word that we did miss 3x3 second round. Not quite sure what happened there. I guess Luke was solving off the stream, but yeah, we'll be continuing with our clock. I considered learning 7 Simul the other day, and I put in a New Zealand Discord server. I'm like, hey guys, what tutorial do I use? And then I just put like, I've hit a bit of a low point. And then they send me some tutorials, I start watching them, and then I put in the chat, never mind, I've changed my mind. So I didn't end up learning.
It doesn't release the happy chemicals in my brain, I'll stop.
Yeah. Maybe one day.
That's completely fair enough. I understand your viewpoint. It is definitely a low point when one starts practicing clock out of their own will. But it is at least a little more fun than it used to be now that there's advanced techniques and methods to go along with that.
Yeah, maybe I need a blue clock to go with the blue hair.
Ooh, that has just been released, hasn't it? Or announced, whatnot? I've got
I
mine on
think so.
pre-order.
Yeah. I
Luke Locke
Mike
with
told me you ordered
blue
from
hair is a
him.
goated combo. I sure did. I even made sure I said hi to him in the notes. Supporting local cube stores however you can.
Yes. But I'm not quite sure what's going on right now. We don't have anybody solving.
And just as you've said that, we have had a puzzle placed down on the station we've got on stream. Who would be coming to fill that spot? I don't particularly know. I think I've seen this person do a solve. I think it was around a 7.5, something like that last time. So we'll see. We'll see how that goes.
So I've just checked the first round clock results, and Luke Garrett DNF'd his average. So we will not be seeing him competing in the final.
Oh, that's why we're not seeing him. That's fair enough.
And Thomas Grayor, he's not competing in the finals for some reason. He placed first in the round, but looks like he's dropped out because his little number next to his name is no longer green. So Stanley's going to be the fastest competing in this round.
We will still have Stanley on stream at some point, hopefully. They might be running a couple groups for this final as well. I'm not certain the structure of how they're doing finals here. Obviously, we're quite literally far removed from this competition, about as far removed physically as you can get. So we're relying on word from Happy Feet staff and any other sources that we can get them to understand what's going on. But what I can understand is that we've got clocks being solved and people are coming up to solve them.
Yes. Looks like we're about to have Harsha solving again. He's had a couple of 5s so far from what we could see. They got some very snazzy looking clock covers there.
Getting straight into... Yes. Oh, definitely.
Not so necessary anymore after the pin changes.
Covers. You can fit a square one as well as a clock. That looked like a pretty decent solve. Sub 4.
That's PR single. His first sub 4.
Harsha. Well,
good job, Harsha.
Had a 403 before this solve.
Sub 4. Finally.
So he's beat it by nearly a tenth of a second, and that is his first sub 4. Congrats, Harsha.
Nice.
The pink clock working wonders.
Can I get a photo?
Looks like we're gonna get Harsha taking a photo of his first ever clock sub 4 in competition. Sounds like it's a bit long overdue because I mean he's got a 4.7 average, and not having a sub 4 single with a 4.7 average is pretty crazy. But now he's going to be able to walk away from the competition today with his first ever clock sub 4.
PR secured.
You love to see it.
Looks like we've got the other station up and running now as well. Looks like Tyler's fixed whatever issue was going on there. And we will also have the top-down angle as well. It's also nice seeing that with the renaissance of clock that's just come about, people doing all sorts of mods to their clocks. So this, I believe, is called the Anders mod, where typically a clock will come with white clocks on the black side. Can change them around, change the magnet configuration, and make it all monochrome or monocolored.
So this guy's pretty stoked. I assume that's a PR single for him. Must have been a nice scramble.
5.8 with flip. That's pretty good actually.
What? I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's better than me.
I think there's a lot of people who are still
it
using
looks like
flip that would be very, very stoked with a 5.8.
I think he skipped a lot of the final corners on that side. It looked like he solved the edges and then he was basically done. So it looks like he got pretty lucky.
Taking advantage of a bit of luck.
Yeah. I remember Cone and Mo teaching me how to do corner skips on my couch in my living room back at home in the UK. And that 20 minutes of him teaching me some clock was the most clock practice I'd done in years. So the next time I competed, I got PRs. So
yeah. Conan Mo's a bit of a goat. Second at Worlds. He actually beat Luke Garrett by single. They got the exact same average. But obviously, Conan Mo, an Australian near and dear to my heart, he's a bit of a legend around these parts. one of the first Queenslanders to step up as a delegate and get competitions going independently in that area. Enough about Australia, though. We're here to talk about Washtenaw Fall.
Yeah, Harsha just got PR single. He had a couple of mid-fives before that. I don't know if he missed a solve. But PR average still kind of on the cards if he can pull off some low fours or sub fours again. Oh, bit of a fumble towards the end there. And that's going to be a, I'm not sure, 5.6. Okay, so no PR average for Harsha, but a strong PR single that he's going to be stoked with. And likely a good placing in the final, considering we have no Luke and no Thomas.
Obviously, if you missed out on us telling everybody about it before, Luke actually did have the first round of clock.
Yay.
I believe Luke recently switched to 7-timer as well, or at the very least has switched to it since the World Championships last year. And obviously carries a bit of risk with it, given that you have to memorize all of your moves to solve clocks on the backside. And along with that, the turning can be a little bit awkward at times as well. So it is definitely not for the faint of heart. But if you're looking for an advanced method, it can be a fun little autumn fall project. It's weird calling it fall. I'm speaking a different language, a different dialect.
I don't like it. Autumn is such a lovely word.
Welcome to Washtenaw Autumn.
So much nicer. All right, I'm gonna take a punt
because leaf fall down.
I'm gonna take a punt and guess that is Eli Katz, because I saw his scorecard and his name was very short. So I looked at the names on the first round of clock, and the only short one I saw was Eli Katz. And he got his PR in the last round of an 8.9 average. And I think he's been doing a lot better than that this round, or apart from that solve there. So if anybody in chat knows who that is, yeah, this is Eli. Okay, cool.
Awesome.
Luke Garrett, yeah, not in this round as he DNF'd the first round, unfortunately. But we'll be getting on to 2x2 finals next, which Luke Garrett is in and is quite good at. Although he doesn't know many 2x2 algs, he just turns it very fast. But I think we're going to be having a bit of a break.
He is the former North American record holder for 2x2 singles.
Oh, that is true.
Obviously, it's all skill. It was a 5 mover. Yeah. I checked the solution. So 0.5 on a 5 mover is nothing to sneeze at. That's pretty good, I would say.
Yeah, but that will be coming out soon. But I think we're going to send it to a bit of a break as we transition between these groups. But yeah, we'll be back before you know it.
Hey, we're your Speed Cube shop. We are your one-stop shop for anything cubing or puzzle related and have something for everyone, beginner or pro. If you want the best of the best, allow us to lend you our years of experience and consider one of our premium setup Speed Cubes. Our team of experts will dial in your Speed Cube by applying lubricants and adjusting the settings so that when your cube arrives, you're ready to start crushing your PBs. Have any questions? Our team is available via phone, live chat, or email to help get you on track. Tap the link to find your next challenge or upgrade and enjoy what we and many others consider to be the best shopping experience around.
So where's everyone off to?
Ha! Bones, you're up next.
Bones is off chasing a good time, just like everyone else hopping on a Denago e-bike.
What about our game, bro?
Experience riding in a whole new way.
How new are we talking? Because I'm here for the exercise.
Well, there's a Denago bike for all levels. Increase the electric pedal assist to ride as casual as you want without breaking a sweat, or turn it down to make those legs burn. Go to Denago.com to check out our bikes and find your local Denago dealer.
And we are back from break. What are you eating there, Chris? You got some
I'm having
crisps.
some Bluebird chicken chips. I have been
I call them
converted. I
chips
now
now.
call them
Good,
chips.
like a
Yeah.
To the battery pack.
Subway Surfers.
There he is, the man himself.
Yeah.
And it's Luke Garrett judging. So these are two of the top players that we're seeing at this comp, and they're all on the one screen. How blessed are we?
Yeah, no, we just need to
Looks
get
like we're still doing more clock. I guess there was lots of people in the clock
Did you see
finals.
the scramble with flip? Did you see the scramble if you did flip?
No.
It was 6 moves.
I hadn't seen Stanley in the previous group, so they might be doing stationary. Stanley on stream obviously is one of our top players in clock, the former North American average record holder.
A kid who averaged 9, you got a 5.
He's also not my friend anymore because he nemesis me in the previous round, getting a 4.46, I think.
But yeah,
that's a pretty
nice.
decent
Remember, it
average.
wasn't very good either.
And I'm hoping for my sake that he doesn't get any better in
Yeah,
this
but
round.
Everything else was bad.
And it's like arguably the worst 6-time move to
Worth
save.
noting as well that 4.46 Stanley got in the first round was his worst possible average, and he finished off with a DNF. So there's definitely potential for him to beat that again in this round.
Only it was sub 3.8.
No, I just told Luke
Until that
to say
group
hi
gets
to
started,
stream,
wait.
and then they muted his audio.
Now
That's so
I think they're
disappointing.
back. No, I think Luke's got too many messages to attend to. Oh no, is he saying? Wave, say hi. Hello, Luke. Hello, how are you? It's good to see you, sir.
He just sent me a selfie.
Say hi, please. Nope, never mind. Okay, great. Gonna leak the selfie on the stream.
Oh, there you go. He's waving.
Hello,
They're waving.
Luke.
Hello,
Luke.
everybody.
I need to send one to Stanley. Let him know that you're not my friend anymore.
Oh yes, that's very valid.
Wait, Luke, did you not make clock?
No, I did have to. I saved people.
Honestly, I'm a bit confused as to what's going on because we just watched
I
some
was
clock,
like, if I
and now we're
if it
seeing
was
more
solved, it
clock.
would have been sub 4 average.
But
I DNF like
They might have been
seconds.
doing
I
two
was
groups
like,
like they're
I
doing
kinda
for the
went
rest of
and I thought it was
the
solved. And I
stream.
was like, one
but
tip out.
there's not that many people in the final.
But,
That's why I'm a little confused. But yeah, maybe they were doing a couple of groups. But now, before they weren't
I
stationary,
sent a
and now they are
message to
stationary.
Stanley that he's not my friend anymore. I think he just wants to rub his nose in it. The bugger. That's a
Alright,
bit
got
goofy, a
Cole
bit funny.
Shaft on the stream right now. He has a 242 single. That's bonkers.
That is rather speedy.
No, that's incorrect. That is incorrect. He got a PR single last round of 375. Oh, a little bit slow on this solve here, but still gonna solve it. And the time was 494,
Faster
which is
than
not
you,
bad.
mate.
He got PR average of 470 in the previous round. He looks pretty nervous. I think he knows that he's got a pretty good shot at winning, having Thomas and Luke not in this round. So really his main competition is this man here, Stanley Chappell.
8 seconds.
Stanley Chappell.
12.
Oh,
Stanley,
bit
a
of a
recent
fumble there.
convert to 7 simul.
And a DNF. It was
Stanley
Eric
admits
anyway,
to
so
being
no
a bit
way.
of a dinosaur until, yeah. Stanley himself has admitted to being a bit of a dinosaur in terms of a clock theory, meaning flip for way too long, being an all-rounder. He is, of course, number 1 in the world in the metric of Kinch ranks, which is an all-rounding system that ranks each event equally, and is much better than some of ranks, and I will not argue this point.
I wonder why you think that.
It's just better. Nothing more need be said.
Sure. Definitely isn't biased towards blind results or anything like that. No way.
I actually don't know what one of those is.
So I couldn't have been the first one to do it.
Yeah.
Alrighty, we've got Stanley up for his second solve. That was nice and quick by the scramblers. DNF on the first one, so really got the pressure on him now.
Do it again, do it again. I mean, no, go
The clock
Stanley.
was solved.
Was it? I didn't see. I was not paying attention.
Yeah, it was. And I thought it was pretty quick to get that clock back to him that fast. Maybe they just wanted to give the stream some entertainment.
Expediting him through the round. Next to him, as we were saying before, Cole Shaft in the previous round netted himself a PR single and average, a 3.75 single in the previous round and 4.70 average. So that's pretty good. That placed him third in the previous round. However, he's coming into finals as the second seed, as the top seed, Thomas Greyhaw, is not competing in the finals for whatever reason.
I think
top
he had to
seed,
go
of course,
home
being
for some
Stanley
reason.
Trappel on the station next to him. I would imagine
Do you
that's
reckon
why.
Cole's middle name is
Nice of him
Mine,
to give up
and
his
it'd be
spot to
Cole
someone else.
Mineshaft? Because that would be pretty cool.
I'm gonna
Cole
ignore you.
Mineshaft. Either way, Cole Shaft onto his second soul.
Okay. Cole is in Cole, like the thing that you mine. Okay.
Yeah.
I thought it was just an excuse to put Minecraft reference in.
That was a good solve for Cole.
Pretty decent single.
409.
It was 409.
He is miles in the lead, starting with a high 4 and then a low 4. Stanley just has a DNF.
It'd be nice to get a win under his belt against the former North American record holder.
I guess not.
Stanley not starting terribly hot. Started off with a DNF. We think he's already done his second solve, but not sure what that was.
No, he's not. This is his second.
Oh, he's
solve
not
here.
done his second. Okay, that's what I thought.
8 seconds.
I was thinking that was way too quick for him to do his second. I must have missed it. No, let's have a look now.
Gonna have to play it safe if he wants to ensure a win. 465, and it is solved.
That is pretty safe for him.
Good job, Stan.
I'd say by these standards, it looked like he wasn't doing. Well, he was doing some simultaneous turns, but it's easy for the moves that you memorize. It can be very easy to trip yourself up, so it can be sometimes better to do them separately, and then all of the intuitive moves you can do simultaneously. It's easy to tell when you stuff those up.
Funny thing is, I still don't have a 4 average of 5 at home.
At the moment, no one's
Cole
solving,
definitely
but
in the lead.
Cole and Stanley have done their first two, and yeah, Cole's definitely in the lead. He's gotten faster than Stanley on both attempts. Stanley, of course, starting with a DNF, so it's not hard to beat that. It's just whether Cole can hold it together. Seems to be practicing a bit of square one, which I believe is the next event that we've got up after clock. No, I lie. We've got
It's
2x2
then
and then square one. Yes.
Bad choices.
Both these guys PR'd in the previous round. Stanley obviously getting that average that nemesis-sized Michael, and Cole getting his first sub 5 average and sub 4 single, I believe. But here we go, Cole onto his third solve. Looking like there's a few skip cases, although that's something you know for Flip, but I'm sure it helps in 7 Simul as well. Looking like a solid solve. Can he finish it well? Nice. That's very strong. And a 488
counting
got
solve
3
him, Cole, of
4s.
course. Yes, he of course had a 470 PR average in the previous round. So, Stanley's now going as well on his third. Looks like they've got a skip case for one of the first D moves. But Stanley's kind of locking up a bit on that first move there, or first couple of moves. So 503 is a counting solve. Every solve he does from now will be counting. Or will count towards the average, aside from his best, obviously. But 5.3 counting is not that good for Stanley.
No, but it's not completely over yet. With that counting, if Stanley started getting a couple of good times and Cole started getting a couple of bad times, then we could see it flip. But Cole definitely in the lead. He needs about a mid-4 to secure a PR average, and with 2 solves left, I think that's looking quite likely.
It's a nice position to be in, having 2 solves to secure either a win or a PR. It's nice to have that safety net.
Yeah.
I'm not sure whether he knows as such that he's in the lead per se at the moment, but it seems as though he is.
So Cole has only ever had one podium, and that's 1 gold from the last Washtenaw comp, where he set his previous PRs. So he's looking to take his second ever medal and his second ever gold in this round right here.
Previous golds in clock as well?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes. Okay.
He only started competing last year.
Just checking out Cole's WCA profile at the moment. He does seem to be a clock specialist. Other results are nothing really to sneeze at. It's got a sub 10 3x3 single and sub 12 average. But his ranks, if you look on the profile, he's definitely best at clock. His PR coming into this competition was a 5.66 average. So he's very, very comfortably beat that by nearly a full second in the first round. And looking to do something similar in this round as well. Turn our attention to Stanley. Stanley has just received his puzzle.
Funny note about Cole. This is his 17th competition and his 9th Washtenaw competition. So 9th competition in this venue. So he obviously must be a local to Ann Arbor.
8 seconds.
Looking at this 4th scramble, it doesn't look that great. It's a bit of an awkward first move, the orientation Stanley's picked it. So Stanley's first move with his left pinky. Oh, that's not good. Okay, so Cole's going to get a DNF obviously on that 4th. Just rushed into it a little bit.
So it could go either way. Really could go either way.
It didn't look like that 4th scramble was anything outstanding. So in a perfect world, that won't affect the average. But obviously, it's a mental thing, having a DNF, knowing that your next solve is counting no matter what.
Yeah, for sure.
Is a little bit of a sticky situation to be in, but hoping he can turn the tide.
And Cole being a much less experienced competitor compared to Stanley, like as we said, this is only a 17th competition. He's only been competing for a year. We're really going to see how that DNF affects his nerves going into this last solve, because he has a shot for PR average, but he also has a shot at DNFing the average and then completely missing the podium. So we'll see. Is he going to play it safe to ensure he gets the average? Is he going to go all out to still try and get PR? We'll see.
I don't know. I can't say more. But like, I specifically remember
the lead hangs in the balance. If Cole gets his best possible average, then it's sealed. It's done. Stanley cannot win. But Stanley has a best possible average of 4.9, so he won't be able to PR this round. Obviously, with the DNF on the first solve, makes it quite difficult. However, sub 5 is still on the cards here, and that will be sub his PR pre-learning 7 side.
Single right here. Yeah.
And
So
possibly
if
sub
Cole
his PR
wants
even
to
going
ensure
into
the
this
win,
competition.
if Cole wants to ensure the win, he needs a 486. That would ensure that he beats Stanley's best possible average. That was my quick maths.
We eagerly await to see. Yes, quick maths. Very well done, sir.
Thank you. Cole is wearing a Titans t-shirt. I think that's football. Do you reckon that's or American
that sounds
football?
Football-y.
Football.
Yeah. You mean AFL?
Ah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is an AFL
Titans.
team. I was correct.
Now,
Tennessee Titans.
If I was gonna try and guess. I don't know. I'm thinking
sorry.
San Antonio, but that might be Giants, or that might even be a completely different sport. I don't know. It's American. I don't know anything. Got Stanley on his
Unfortunately,
good
they've
side now.
both had their clocks delivered at exactly the same time. But I think we're gonna prioritize. Well, I don't know who we're gonna prioritize. Probably whoever solves first. but they're both gonna solve it exactly the same time. We're gonna watch
Started
Cole.
exactly the same time.
Oh, and he DNF'd.
Looks like Cole's DNF.
Alright, that's not quite.
Oh, he didn't even
Oh,
check the back
so-
as well.
Oh no.
Oh no.
So,
So Stanley is gonna
so I
take the win by the
believe
looks of
then
it.
Stanley's taking the win.
What? Yep. No. Alright, I mean, it's still already.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
that
a
bubble's been
heartbreaking
popped.
goal. Had three
What's the next?
good solves
Okay.
and
I mean,
then two
here's some
DNFs
PR
to
from
finish off the average is not how you wanted that to go. Nonetheless,
No,
Stanley
not at all. That's
showing
very
his all-rounding
disappointing finish.
prowess with new techniques. He's taken the win.
Stanley started with a DNF and then just got like 3 good solves, 1 kind of mid solve to take the win. So impressive showing there, and big shame for Cole. He had a very good shot at getting a PR average and then looking like, oh, maybe he won't get the PR, but at least he can still get the win. And yeah, on that last solve, you saw he checked the back, but obviously didn't check well enough, and the nerves made him stop the timer a bit too soon. And maybe solving it exactly the same time as Stanley kind of threw him off as well. I personally like to wait for the station next to me to finish solving before I start. But either way, bit of a disappointing finish there for Cole. Stanley probably going to be pretty happy with that performance after that DNF, and he got sub 5 in both rounds.
It's another win under the belt. Stanley adding to his impressive medal total. As of prior to this competition, he has 308 gold medals, which is correct me if I'm wrong, but that is a lot of gold medals.
I think that's
so
a lot.
Another one to that. Is that another gold to that tally? And still many more, hopefully, to come. But obviously, competing against Luke Garrett, it's going to be rather difficult for him.
Yes, but yeah, that's the end of clock finals. Stanley gonna take it. Not sure who's got second and third, but Cole, unluckily, DNFing those last 2 souls, so we'll get a DNF average. But next up, we have 2x2 finals, but we're just going to take a short break before that. Don't go anywhere, or do go somewhere. Go get yourself a drink or a snack, and we'll see you in a bit.
Cubing Life Academy aims to support the next generation of cubers through professional courses and coaching, as well as top cubers by fairly compensating them for sharing their skills. Use code SpeedCubingTV for 5% off any purchases at Cubing Life Academy.
All right, we're back.
And we
I
are
took the time to to film a little video in that break and chuck it on my story. So hopefully we'll get some more viewers as we move on to 2x2 finals. But in this 2x2 finals, the main two people we're going to be watching is the wonderful Stanley Chappell and Luke Garrett. Stanley actually beat Luke in the first round, surprisingly. Luke getting a 2.55 average and Stanley getting a 2.2 average. So that's a bit of an upset. Luke's obviously a pretty solid 2x2 solver. He has a 115 average, which ranks him 12th in the world. So yeah, I mean, that first round definitely a bit disappointing for him, but we'll see if he can pull it back in the finals and take the win ahead of Stanley.
Yep, and to recap briefly, Stanley is on a bit of a hot streak at the moment. He's just finished off with a win in clock finals with a 4.90 average, which was under the PR that he had leading into this competition. He also had a PR in the prior round of clock with a 4.46, if I recall correctly. And before then as well, we also had the 3x3 second round, which we unfortunately missed on stream. But to recap what happened there, it is business as usual, really. It's Luke Garrett with a 6.23 average. And that was a worst possible average, actually, with a DNF on the final solve. And then Stanley Chappell coming in a close second, about half a second behind, a 6.85 average for Stanley there.
Yeah.
Now we are getting started with 2x2 finals.
Yes, I think we'll likely have Stanley and Luke on stream, but it looks like maybe we've got two groups of the old 2x2 finals by the looks of it. So we'll have some other guys up first. I'm not sure who this is competing. We'll try and find that out. If you guys know in chat who these guys are, please do let us know. We are not from Michigan. I've only been there once in a while ago, so we don't know everyone by name.
I've been to Michigan approximately 0 times in my lifetime, so I'll have no knowledge of who these people are. So do help us out. Please do help us out as much as possible.
Yeah,
it would be greatly appreciated.
Let us know.
Alright, so we've got one solver starting at the moment. Looked like a nice yellow bar there, or could be wrong there. Looks like he's solving on orange, finishing with the Y-perm. 5.18 over there for that first solve. On the other station, we've got the cube delivered as well.
We're going to call this man Mr. SF until we learn his real name. Wonder what SS stands for. San Francisco, maybe? Good turning.
For some reason, my head was still in the space of we're doing clock, and I saw 3.7, and I thought, whoa, that's really good.
Yeah, still 2x2.
Good
turning
at the moment. What does SF stand for, do you reckon?
I reckon it's San Francisco. Super fast, San Francisco. Maybe it's his name.
Small fries.
Let's see if anybody made 2x2 finals with the initials SF. No, nobody did.
Nah, Sujan Feist isn't here. That could be him, but
oh yeah,
doesn't look like him.
I reckon it's San Francisco. Maybe there's a football team or something like that.
Yeah, but that's a boring answer. Or maybe it's San Francisco Giants. Maybe that's what I'm thinking of when I was talking about the Giants before.
Maybe.
Who knows?
This is Bryson Jameson, by the way. Okay. I don't know who's who, but we got Bryce Foster and who's Jameson? I was told there was a Jameson, but there doesn't seem to be a Jameson in the finals. Oh no, there is. I'm
some false information.
Jameson Arabo and Bryce Foster. I don't know who is who though.
That scramble looked pretty nice. Looked like there was a white and blue bar connected, so 2 possible layers you could form there. Looked like he went for the white there.
I think the guy on the left station is Bryce by the length of the name of the scorecard.
It's a perfectly fine metric. Nothing wrong with there at all.
So
if it works, it works, you know.
I really like the Michigan Speed Cubing logo.
When you're ready.
I want like a simplified one where it's just like the deer and the cube. I want that on a t-shirt.
That'd be pretty cool. You could probably make one yourself. Seemed like you'd know about that. It was a 2.99 there.
Really good turning again
now, is
for
that
what we
Jameson?
believe is Jameson.
Yes. Oh no, the brim's getting in the way a little bit, but it was a pretty slick solve there. Looked like either LBL or Ortega, probably LBL with that solve. Solid soon execution, and also I think the T-perm as well.
Alright, Bryce up on his third solve, I believe. Doing Ortega and 3.1. Good turning. These guys could be faster to learn some more algs.
Who would learn algs for 2x2?
Yeah, true. I only finished CLL this year.
You could be learning... Oh, look, I can't talk too much. I'm learning stuff for 5 lines, so I think 2x2 is probably slightly more useful.
It took me a whole 10 years to learn full CLL.
10 years?
Yeah.
That's a rate of 1 alg every 3 months. Nope.
Quick maths.
Yes, 1 alg every 3 months.
Yeah.
I feel like I could learn CLL at that rate.
One of our delegates over in New Zealand, Alex Asbury, he still doesn't know full OLL, so I've started trying to teach him 1 per comp day, so he can finally learn full OLL. And similar for Ed Hollingdale from Australia, who now lives in London, I was trying to teach him a PLL competition so we could get full PLL done as well. But sometimes the best way to learn ALGs is just nice and slow. Yeah, no PLL for Ed Hollingdale. Pretty wild.
He's too busy. He's too busy just being based in CF all the time.
Yeah. Sending well-worded emails to WCA staff. Oh, is that +2?
+2 call for Bryce. What do we reckon? Is it worth calling a delegate? No, it looks like they can see from there. For mine on the camera angle, it looks like good, but looks like
it's
there
very
might be
close, though.
additional assistance required. It is really close. Yeah, they're getting
let's see which delegate we're
that's
gonna
a good
have.
idea.
We're gonna have. That's Tyler, one of our helpers on the stream. I don't think he's a delegate.
Sorry.
Maybe he is.
Has a cute dog as well. I met his dog the other day over video call, French.
So like it depends on where I put my head. Okay, so.
Ooh, so what we're hearing from Tyler is that it depends where he's looking at it.
Someone else.
What the verdict is.
But he is not a delegate. I am right. So he's going to be getting somebody. Oh, is the sun risen for you, Michael?
The sunrise is just peeking through the window now. It is 7 in the morning for me now. 7:18 a.m.
8 seconds.
We've got the whole day left to go. Gotta go to work after this.
I think it's a plus.
4:37.
So this is James Hildreth checking if it's a +2 now. James Hildreth plays a big part in some of the big American competitions.
I think we should get an extra.
So I don't actually know if that was a +2 or not, but I don't think it was. We didn't see any of the graphics pop up saying it was. So one of the organisers of this competition is Doug Lee, who first competed in 2003.
Whoa!
And I met him at this competition last year, and he was showing me, telling us all cool stories about cubing back in the day, and showing us some cool methods that he used way back when. which is pretty cool. And I think since then he's become a lot more prominent in the scene now, obviously helping organize these competitions as well. Because if you look at his profile, he has a big gap between 2009 and 2023.
That is a gaping hole of no comps. Can you imagine if he's consistently going to comps up until? That'd be crazy.
That was a +2 for Bryce on that solve, by the way. We just got word. But yeah, it was actually his first competition since 2009 was that competition I was at, the Washtenaw Spring competition last year. So maybe it's me. Maybe I'm the reason he came back. 4.3 for Jameson.
Chris has a lot of pull, obviously.
Calling Group 2 of 2x2 finals. Group 2 of 2x2 finals.
All right, we're going to be moving on to Group 2 of the finals now.
Please come up now. If you just competed, please help staff. Thank you.
Hello there. Hello.
Started competing in 2003. That is a long time ago. Did you know? That's over 20 years ago. Yeah, actually, you know what? When you put it in perspective, that is a long time ago. 2003.
If someone was born on the day he competed, they could now legally drink in America.
Wow.
That's kind of crazy.
That is a bit spooky. That's weird to think that I was 2 years old when he competed for the first time.
I was 1 year old.
I might have even been 1 year old, yeah, depending on when in the year.
I reckon, okay, I'm going to say, I reckon 90% of this competition weren't born when Doug Lee first competed. I would say that's probably a pretty
that's an easy bet.
guess.
That is an easy bet. Cubing is a young man's sport. We are old, bro.
Yes. But now, a bit of a legend. Seeing Stanley sit down for 2x2 finals now. We'll see Luke Garrett sit down shortly soon as well. And then we'll get underway with the fast group of 2x2 finals. Definitely two of the cubers of all time.
We've got the #1 for sum of ranks in North America versus the #1 Kinch ranks in North America. Battle of the all-rounders over here.
So 2x2 single is one of the metrics I actually beat Stanley on. I beat him in 3x3, I beat him in 2x2 single, 4x4 single, and one-handed, and Megaminx as well. So I still have him in a few events, but 2x2 single is one of the few I haven't beat on. Meanwhile, Luke is better than me at everything. So either way, this man nemesis me.
One of the biggest flexes I have in cubing. One of the biggest flexes I have is that at one point I had Stanley on 3 blind mean and multi-single. So 2 blindfolded events I had that were keeping Stanley from nemesizing me. And since then he has kind of gotten good at both. Again.
Shame. I don't know
we can just
how I can beat Luke,
together.
Really. Because my best events are like 3x3 and one-handed, and those also happen to be Luke's best events. I had him on 4x4 single for a while.
I know that you have a 9.5.
He has 8.8.
He has 8.8 average?
Yeah.
Oh, never mind. It's over for you.
I think Scoob is my best shot at beating him because he has a
multi-blinding.
But he has 15 out of 15. Like, I would have to practice quite a bit.
That's fine. That's doable. I got
Here's
there
Stanley.
in like 3 months.
125. Good start. His official average is 140.
Stanley looked like his turning was quite safe and more fluid. But we'll see if Luke can. He might even be able to sub 1 this if he finds the same solution Stanley did.
Can't quite one-look this. 121, faster than Stanley.
So they are very, very close by 0.04. So a good start from these two competitors here, Luke and Stanley. Stanley's PR average are 1.40, so off to a good start there, a 1.25. Then Luke just a slight bit better than Stanley, a 1.21 in the end for him.
probably shouldn't, like, strictly speaking.
I wonder what they're
Stanley's
talking about
what
over
you
the
shouldn't
sessions
do.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. That's what I'm thinking. He's one of those cubers that it's nice just to listen to ramble. He's got a couple of rambles on his YouTube channel. It's just fun to hear him chat about cube stuff.
And Cole ask you if
Luke's
Luke
not
ever
going to
tried
try
sliding.
No, because it's banned. It's not a good idea to
Sliding
practice
is now
cheating.
banned.
Sliding was already banned.
These overhead. All right, Stanley.
Don't try and say like, "Oh, I'm going to practice sliding because sliding's legal." Now, no, sliding was never legal.
Yeah, and I mean just generally like taking better care of the puzzle. When you're ready.
All right, here we go.
Stanley
Great start
up
for
for
Stanley.
solve number
Sub
two.
his
Started
PR
off
average.
quite well.
No bar here though. I have no idea what I would do. I wonder if Stanley has an idea of what he's going to do. Ooh, bit of a lock up there. Found a solid solution, but didn't find the solid turning he needed. Eesh. Alright, Luke getting ready for his second solve. He started with a 121.
I'm ready.
Underway, no bar on that scramble, so we're going to be seeing what they can cook up here. Have to use a bit of lateral thinking. Twist a corner, make a bar.
Ooh, rough. Couldn't quite finish that last time. Maybe should have taken the +2.
Sometimes it's worth. Well, they'll both be hoping that second solve is their worst of the average. Definitely not looking to count a 4 or a 2 on Stanley's part.
Yeah, was a no bar here. If you knew TCLL, probably would have been alright, because it's like, what, 4 moves to TCLL? But doesn't look like either of these competitors knew. It looks like Luke tried to do maybe anti-CLL there. I'm not entirely sure what that solution was trying to be. But we're going to move on to Stanley on the third solve here. Okay, this is a better scramble. There is a yellow bar. And a 149. Solid. Very clean.
Yeah, definitely looked better than that second scramble. It's going to be hard to find a scramble worse than that second one. Luke in inspection now. Expecting the cube for his third attempt.
12.
And off.
Looked like it was the same
1.33, so
solution,
that's
I
going to be a
think.
counting solve for Luke.
These guys are kind of in sync right now, both getting a 1.2 on the first, which was, I assume, the same solution. Yeah, that was definitely the same solution there. And then getting a bad second solve, and then good third solve with the same solution.
It's fun to watch cubers in sync sometimes. Shows that at the top level, when everything's kind of based on algs, sometimes you can still think alike, and great minds do think alike, as they say.
Yes. There's a
and I don't think you're going
video
to argue that these are two great minds in speed cubing.
Definitely. There's a great video which I don't think is public anymore. I need to re-upload it. It's with me and Ben Kirby when we're just practicing 3x3 at his house, and we both started a solve at the same time, and we got almost exactly the same solution, just with rotations in different places. And we were solving at exactly the same time, and we did PLL and locked up at the same time, and got, I think I beat him by like 0.01 or something like that. Alright, Stanley, fourth solve. Scramble looks okay. There is a bar, but it looks like he's kind of struggling to find anything here. Ooh.
Looks like a rotation.
Looks like he did a few moves to an Ortega case.
Is counting.
But here's Luke. See if he
Luke
can
now.
handle it a bit better.
If you know the LS, then that's a solution. Oh wait, no, it's not a layer. Never mind. Anti-LS.
Looks like he did the same solution,
Yeah.
but locked up towards the end. Looks
Yeah.
like there was a few moves to an Ortega
They are
case.
definitely in sync. See if we can glean anything from the replay.
Oh no, that wasn't an Ortega case. Oh.
It almost looked like a PLL case.
Yeah,
Like an
I think it was
adjacent corner
an
swap
EG2.
with like R2, F2 to start.
Just a case I didn't know. Ah, here we go. Now we're getting to watch Luke. Okay, don't think they did do the same solution.
I think it
Luke
was a
just
different
fumbling a bit
solution.
on that AUF. Here's Stanley. Last solve. Could go either way if Stanley got a good solve and Luke got a bad solve. He could take the win. 164 BPA for Stanley. Pretty solid. But it's probably just going to depend on this last scramble, because both these guys, they know 2x2 AUGs, but they don't know any of the advanced AUG sets, meaning that scrambles are very important for them. There's another bar on the yellow face.
Stanley away.
Good solve.
1.33 on the end. That's a good solve. Fastest counting time for Stanley. Going to be getting pretty close to his BPA there, around about a 1.7 average. 1.66 is the average in the end.
So
now Luke and Stanley have been in sync. All of their solves have been around about the same the whole time. So we'll be seeing if Luke can get around about a 1.3. Typically, it's been that
I think a
whatever
1.5 he'll need
Stanley's
to
done, Luke
to
has just been a
beat
tiny bit
Stanley.
faster.
Oh, and I think Stanley's going to take the win with that. Bit of a lock up there. 169. Stanley takes the win by 0.03.
I believe so. Stanley adding yet another gold to his tally of over 300. 2 back-to-back winning in clock as well.
Yeah. Nice. Alright, thank you.
No way. I've
Wowie.
stolen my second win of the competition.
Stanley's saying he has stolen the
And
second
there's Stanley
win of
is
the
talking about it. He's taken his second win of the competition, or rather stolen his second win of the competition in events where he probably wasn't the favourite to win, or definitely wasn't the favourite to win. But, you know, weird things
definitely
happen.
not. 166, very good for Stanley. Doesn't have many averages faster than that. Usually gets around the 2-second range. But he did win the first round, and he won again. But yeah, that's it for 2x2 finals. Next, we're going to be moving on to square one, but we're going to chuck it to a little bit of a break. So go grab something to eat, and we'll see you back in a minute.
Hey, we're your Speed Cube shop. We are your one-stop shop for anything cubing or puzzle related and have something for everyone, beginner or pro. If you want the best of the best, allow us to lend you our years of experience and consider one of our premium setup Speed Cubes. Our team of experts will dial in your Speed Cube by applying lubricants and adjusting the settings so that when your cube arrives, you're ready to start crushing your PBs. Have any questions? Our team is available via phone, live chat, or email to help get you on track. Tap the link to find your next challenge or upgrade and enjoy what we and many others consider to be the best shopping experience around.
So where's everyone off to?
Ha! Bones, you're up next. Bones?
Bones is off chasing a good time, just like everyone else hopping on a Denago e-bike.
What about our game, bro?
Experience riding in a whole new way.
How new are we talking? Because I'm here for the exercise.
Well, there's a Denago bike for all levels. Increase the electric pedal assist to ride as casual as you want without breaking a sweat, or turn it down to make those legs burn. Go to Denago.com to check out our bikes and find your local Denago dealer.
All right, we're back. Oh, it's the Cookie Monster.
Hello, Chris.
Wait.
Oh my
Hey, Captain
goodness. The greatest day
They're
of my
reunited.
life. Mwah. Kiss. Oh, mine doesn't make noise.
Ah.
Man,
So for those who don't know,
I missed
at
Oceanics.
At the old Oceanic Championships back in 2022, all of the staff teams were named after native animals. And the stream team was named after kookaburras, and we got little mascots to represent our team. So this is Captain Kook, and he's got the Cookie Monster, and we've both taken them all around the world.
But now they are very much residing back in Oceania. All right.
Either way,
and
we've
now
got
we will be getting
finals.
started with. Yes, that's what I was about to say. We are now going to be on with Square 1. And I'm not sure if we're doing 2 groups like we were the previous. I think we might be doing 2 groups again.
Yes, I think so.
I could be wrong on that. So yes, we've got Harsher on one of the stations here practicing Pyraminx, which he's not registered for. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Oh, never mind. No, he is registered for Pyraminx. We've been fed false info. Harsher is registered.
Oh, did he register last minute? Oh, wowee.
Oh no, he's there. He's on the psych sheet. No, we've been.
Oh, well, when I looked, he wasn't.
And we were very confused.
Yeah.
No, that confused me quite a bit.
Is off on bottom. And
Anywho, that's good. So in the next for Pyra, we will be seeing a certain Harsher Paladugu, which we didn't think we'd be seeing.
But we're going to see him for Square 1 anyway. A bit of a locky cube shape for him there.
Dear,
onto
the accent's kind of growing on you.
CP? Yeah, a little bit.
Aj. No, he's done the wrong Aj. There we go, it happened in the end. 18.9. That makes cutoff at most competitions.
So yeah, we've got Harsher and Ansel competing. Harsher got 16 average in the first round, and Ansel got 17 average and a 10 PR single. So we'll see how these guys fare here.
Checking
Harsher
the
practicing
first round of
his
Square 1.
flips.
You never know. You never know when you're going to need to bring one of those out in comp. First round of Square 1 is kind of to be as expected. We've got our 2 main players for this competition, Stanley and Luke, up top. Stanley is one of our Square 1 solvers that knows CSP, which is a method where you choose a certain way to solve the cube shape that doesn't give you parity at the end of the solve. And I believe he might still know, or at one point knew OBL, which is a method to orient both players at the same time rather than doing the corners and the edges separately.
I think... Oh no, I was going to say Ansel looks like he was using Lin, but I think he was just making a lot of mistakes.
This doesn't look very much like Lin anymore. Lin, if you're not aware, is a method that's almost analogous to Ru, the Square 1. So you'll make a block on the left-hand side and the right-hand side, and the last step is called PLL +1. So you'll have one edge still in the top layer, and yeah, you'll have one edge in the top layer and then do an algorithm to solve. So it's nice to watch as a spectator, because you can see the one edge in the back, that's the recognition angle, and then they'll do an alg and it's solved. So.
Yes, and for a while I saw like one of the edges, the bottom edges still on the top, so I was thinking, oh mate, is this guy doing the Lin, sorry. But I think he just made a mistake. Here's Harsher onto
That's
EP.
possible.
And he's got parity. I think. Square 1, not an event I know too much about.
Looks like Ansel's PR average is 15.04, so not quite sub 15, so we'll be looking for solves around about the 15-second mark for Ansel. Seeing if he can break that 15-second mark. And solving underway now. His first solve was good. He's onto his third now. Second one kind of looming over at 22. Z2 rotation. Oh, this looks like it could be good.
That was very interesting solve.
No, there's got to be a better way to.
That was rather interesting. So what it looks like is that he might have had a bar flip So there was an opportunity there where maybe if his corners were on the wrong side, he could just do the EP algorithm to put the wrong color on top and then do a Z2 to fix it. So that's what it looked like, yeah.
So he did.
So the
cube
bars were
shape,
oriented
and then...
in such a way that he could just,
I mean,
switch the layers.
If after O,
And that looked like a very
that was a pretty easy
solution
actually.
Possibly a bit lucky, yeah. That's what I was looking at as well. It just looked like a few easy algorithms, but you know, obviously easy algorithms is one thing, but you have to be able to capitalize on them as well. Harsha practicing his 6 movers for Pyraminx coming up.
I think Harsha only one of the only people with 2 sub-2 Pyraminx singles.
Sub-1?
Sub-2, sub-1.
I think there's a lot of people that have more than 2 sub-2 singles.
Me included.
Oh, also me! I wasn't trying to include myself, but there you go. Swaggadocious.
And Harsha has kind of bottled the average already.
That's a shame.
With Ansel.
Look at Ansel, he's counting a 14 and his PR is a 15, 15.04. Oh, this looks nice. Onto CP. EP getting parity. Still good! 14.5 with parity, that's very handy.
PR on the cards for Ansel.
Very much so. It's so possible. Looked like some
So what do you think they're commenting on?
Looking at it,
What do you think they're saying? Like, are they just...
Yeah.
What's the storyline? Is it me versus Harsha, or is it me versus my PR?
I don't know.
Probably...
Okay, so if you shouldn't be listening, but if you are listening, the storyline is that you are on track for PR, and that is all.
Harsha
question.
Not on track.
We can get that message to him. We know that he's on pace, is all that we know.
I mean, it's on pace for PR, so I hope they're saying something.
Oh, there you go. He knows. He knows. You just said it.
He knows. He knows.
Yes,
You're on pace for PR.
TV.
When you're ready.
Hello, live stream. I'm the live stream. Why am I saying hi to myself? Ah!
I'm gonna try. I think it's gonna die.
Hi, Mum.
My dad's trying to find the live stream. I wonder if he's watching now.
Hi, Sam.
From the store.
This is a better solve for Harsha. Oh, but never mind, he's making a few mistakes here.
Ansel's solve looking good too. It's on to EP at about 11. Is it possible?
And that's PR.
There it is. There's a sub 15 average. That's the PR for Ansel de Jong. Well done.
I mean,
rather speedy.
I mean, this would be a really
14:44. Yeah, all the counting times 14 second solves, all well over his PR, or under his PR rather. Very easy cube shape, might I add.
11 plus 3, 44. 0.44.
Like,
0.44, I'm telling you.
Here, I'll just take that.
One of the good fist cases, which is just a 2 slicer, so that's pretty good. Rather handy indeed. Fumbled a little bit on the bar flip, so could have been a little bit better. But nonetheless, you know, can't complain too much with that. That's pretty good. Can't complain with a PR.
Harsha is wearing a London hoodie.
London.
I wonder if he's ever been.
I've not. I've been to exactly 2 countries in my lifetime, and one of them is the country I was born in.
So Australia and South Korea are the only 2 countries you've ever been to?
Yeah, they're the only 2 countries I've been to. My first time, so were you? No, you were already in Korea by the time we got there. But there was a bunch of Australians who caught the same flight over to Korea, and because of the cyclone that was going on, or the typhoon, or whatever it was called, all of our flights got delayed. So our flight got delayed 29 hours, and we ended up getting to our hotel 5 hours before Worlds started. So we got there 3 in the morning, and then Zaid Chowdhury, who was in our group, had the first event clock at something like 8 in the morning. So that was not very useful for us.
And he won that round, didn't he?
He did win that round.
Which is crazy.
And I had to get a
No, we all made the executive decision that Zaid Chowdhury would have to be the one to get to the hotel first. And I believe that is the sole reason that he won that round.
Yeah, that was a legendary hotel. Tiyoko Inn.
Tiyoko Inn in Bopyeong. Shout out.
Place.
For sure. No, so that was my first time ever going overseas, was getting my flight delayed 29 hours by a typhoon, and then standing out in the torrential rain outside Incheon International Airport and getting to my hotel at 3 in the morning to do a multi-blind attempt the next day. So that was my experience. And I met this guy
The funny thing about all those
Harsha.
flights being delayed or cancelled is that all of the Western airlines like Qantas and like JetBlue and stuff from America, they all cancelled or delayed their flights. But then all of the Asian airlines like Korean Air and Asiana and stuff like that, they were like, nah, we're gonna fly straight through that typhoon. We don't mind.
That was insane. I can't imagine. It would be really funny though.
Owen.
Would have been a bit more convenient if we could get there on time. At least we accounted for a delay. I didn't want to miss that first attempt of multi-blind.
Yeah. No, lots of people did miss that first day. I know Leo didn't get there till like the second or third day of the competition. I know Dwayne had issues as well. Luckily, I already planned to get there a few days prior, so I got there before the typhoon hit. Hopefully we don't have any typhoons in Seattle next year.
Typhoon had other plans. Any potential typhoons looking to ravage Seattle over the next year or so, please hold off. It would be greatly appreciated. I need to solve my plastic twisty toys with my friends.
Yes. Alright, well that is it for the first group of the Square One finals. We're going to take a quick break and then we'll be back with the wonderful Stanley and Luke doing their thing, solving Rubik's Cube shaped puzzles fast.
Cubing Life Academy aims to support the next generation of cubers through professional courses and coaching, as well as top cubers by fairly compensating them for sharing their skills. Use code SpeedCubingTV for 5% off any purchases at Cubing Life Academy.
Is after the sea, right? Oh,
Alright, calling up Square One Finals Group 2. It's the last call for Square One. We haven't competed in Square One. Please do so right now. You just competed. Please help judge and staff. Thank you.
And we're back.
Chris, have you
Square One
noticed that the
finals.
music on that Yushin advert sounds like a Sigma edit?
Moving on. Square One finals.
Listen to it next
Group 2. we've got the wonderful Stanley and Luke coming up in this group. I'm not sure who won the first one. Was it Stanley? Yeah, Stanley
It
took
was
the lead.
Stanley. So we saw Stanley with a sub 10 average.
Yeah, Luke in second
And
place.
we will be seeing him. Yes. Okay. So that is the order that they fell in the first round. We are looking probably for something similar in the second round. Stanley knowing CSP and OBL, which is a bit of a power combo.
I struggle to believe he knows OBL, because that's a big subset.
No, he did know OBL. He in fact titled the video OBL for one of his previous one averages.
It's good.
I don't think it was a PR.
Most people said
I know at one point he definitely did know it.
Oh, thank you.
All right, well we'll see what these guys know. I'm pretty sure Luke doesn't use CSP, so we're gonna see him do a few parities, or hopefully not. Hopefully he'll get lucky.
That's what we'd like to see.
It doesn't change the fact that I'm like giving money to GAN by proxy, but like, whatever.
Yes, business.
What's Stanley talking about?
Yeah.
Who knows?
I don't have more power than.
It's square one time, baby.
They're gonna turn that probably not square cube into a square cube, and then turn it around a little bit more until all the colors match up. Let's see who manages to
What
do
about
all
like
of
a
that
cube
fast.
cube?
Yes.
He going. Stanley is underway in inspection and starting now. Let's go,
Cool.
Mr. Stanley. That's not a very
Humble at the
good
start.
cube shape.
Ah, that didn't look like OBL.
No, doesn't look like that. Didn't look like OBL. That was a very long two-look OBL.
That looked like
11. Stanley.
Yeah, not a great solve.
It's not what we're accustomed to seeing. Obviously, being an all-rounder is you know, it has its benefits, but like, I mean, that's a long way away from his PR, if I recall correctly. I think he has like an 8-second average, maybe a 7, something like that.
Switch over, but like, yeah. I mean,
He had a nice PBL case, just the edges needed to be solved. But here goes Luke. Same solution so far.
Looks like the same solution so far.
And a lot faster. Looks like Luke uses white top and Stanley uses black top, so that's going to make it a little bit harder to distinguish what they're doing. Yeah, look like the same cube shape.
Chris?
I use black top, I think. I used to use white. No, I used to use yellow top back in the day, and then a friend of mine borrowed my square one once, and then switched it to white top. And I don't think I realized, so I just started solving white top for the next few years, and then I think I got one with black on it, and then I probably did the same thing or like borrowed my mates with black top, so then I started using that instead. So I'm pretty sure right now my square one is black top, and that's what it's been for the last few years. But essentially just whatever square one I was using and whatever it was set to, I would use that.
That's completely fair enough.
Here is Stanley
Remember
onto
using
second
Zaid
solve.
Chowdhury's
Rough start.
Square one.
Rough start with that
What's that look
11.
like? Looks
Didn't
like
look like he knew OBL.
And
Still no OBL.
looked like a bad, yeah, no OBL there. Oh, and that wasn't a solution. He's going to be counting at 11. That's an astute observation, Stanley. No, it is not right.
No, at least the cube
that is not
solved.
the way he would have wanted to start. Yes, it does. It does appear to be, but not in the number of seconds desired. Stanley might be a bit out of practice for square one. Such is the life of an all-rounder. Yes, you have to be good at all the events, but you don't have to be good at them all at the same time. So, Luke on now. Seen him doing white top. In contrast to Stanley, looks like a 10-1-4.
So Luke actually has an 8.4 official average. So these times are decent, but nowhere near his PR just yet.
It looked like Luke did the 6 slicer as well. Oh wait, no, it might just be the bad. Yeah, it might be the bad fist cases. So he could still have parity. I'm not sure if he does know CSP or not. I could be wrong on that.
This might be the comp of like second seed winners.
Yeah. Let's see.
So heard Stanley saying that this might be the comp of the second seed winners. He, of course, was the second seed for 2x2 and Clock coming into the finals, and won both of them. And it looks like Luke, the second seed, is in the lead for the time being as well. So he might be right. Stanley on to tracing. It's absolutely nuts how much meta there is in Square One now. Not only are some people predicting the cube shape parity and how to fix that during the cube shape step, they're also predicting what OBL they're getting and just going straight into it as well. So you might see Dylan Baumback, the world record holder, is now practicing OBL prediction and can do it on most of the cube shapes receivable, which is absolutely crazy. You can predict OBL and make the solve 2 looks.
But a 7.7 on the third solve for Stanley. If he got a few more of those, then maybe the 11 counting won't be such a big deal. But here's Luke on his third solve now. Looking strong. Lots of turns. And an 8.2. Bit of a fumble at the end. Almost matched Stanley's time, despite being a lot less efficient. But his turning made up for it.
Looked like Paw, the cube shape. And we're again seeing the theme of Stanley and Luke doing very, very similar solutions. Looks exactly the same up until possibly the PVL step. So after the colours are separated between each layer.
I just saw the hoodie in the frame with the glasses and I thought it was Anto for a sec. I mean, you just have the transparent frames with the CCF of 00.
I wonder what they're talking about. Sounds like Antonio Cam.
Looking like Antonio Cam, yeah.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't know, someone wearing the CCFF00 hoodie or something like that. That classic, like, neon yellow colour. Neon green almost. Stanley
Alright,
is
Stanley,
off and away.
fourth solve. 11, 13, 7 so far. He's going to need probably more 7s or 8s to try and catch up to Luke right now. Let's see what he can get.
This is a 4-slice cube shape, but it looks like the bad solution. So if Luke doesn't know CSP, he might be tricked into getting parity this solve.
Fumbled at the end, but he's still got a 7.
Okay, so it looks like Luke is going straight into the 3-slicer, so he's probably going to get parity this solve. Wait and see. Yeah, he's getting parity.
But it's still a good time.
So 9:37. It is still a good time. Can you imagine getting sub 10 with parity? What a good life that must be.
It's going to be close. So Stanley's BPA is sub Luke's worst possible average. Luke's best possible average is slightly better than Stanley's. So if they both got their best on this last solve, Luke would take the win. It's gonna be close.
Loving the tight battles that we're getting today across all of the events. Luke and Stanley just had a close duel in 2x2 that's just finished, and they're carrying it over to Square One. There's been a theme today of the second seeds winning all the finals, so Luke Garrett being the second seed could possibly steal this one home should he get his best possible average. There's no way that Stanley can beat him, but that would require getting better than an 8.28.
Who do you think's going to win this Square One finals?
Me personally?
Yeah.
You know what, my prediction for this solve is that Stanley is going to not get parity and Luke is going to get parity. So I think Stanley's going to take it because Luke's going to get parity and get like a 9.
I don't know. We'll see. But
I think Stanley is going to try a tricky AUG on a case, maybe like a PBL or something, and he's going to mess it up and get a 12. And Luke is also going to get parity, but he's going to turn fast and get a 9.
Okay. I like the prediction. We'll see how this pans out.
If I get that completely right, you owe me a kiss.
Done. I do it anyway.
Alright, here we go. Luke Garrett,
This is an interesting case. Looked like
is good.
Square and Mushroom. This is fast. Oh no! Oh, you were right. Hang on a second. No, he got parody as well. Chris is Nostradamus. He got a 12. What is this?
If he didn't drop the cube, I think that very likely could have been a 9 with parity. That was
Oh my goodness!
wild.
Wow, I
but a
can't believe how
956
on the
average.
nose your prediction was. That was perfect. All right.
Either
so
way,
Stanley's gonna get that
956.
scramble now. This is
Stanley
one of the
is-
funny cases.
If
This is
my
one of the
maths
funny
are
cases
correct,
where tracing odd is the good owl. Gets one slice into
Stanley needs a low
skunk
9.
height.
Low 9 is what he needs to take the win. It's going to be close. And he doesn't get it. 10.4, so Luke Garrett
10.4, is
from
that-
second seed is going to
Is
take
that
the win.
not it?
Luke, did I clutch off?
That's not it.
Oh shit.
It's the theme. It is the theme for this comp.
I'm counting 7, 10, 11.
Wow, I can't actually believe. I can't believe that. That's insane. What just happened there? So we had
That
Luke.
was pretty funny.
Yeah, just like,
There we go,
like
there's
when he
Luke
went to do the
dropped-
parody.
Yeah.
Just dropped the cube and got his worst possible, but in the end, Stanley a 10 on the last. It just wasn't enough to take it back. So there we go. The theme continues. Luke Garrett takes his first win of the competition. Obviously, not being in clock finals and not being able to win against Stanley in 2x2 means he takes his first event win of the competition. Hopefully, the first of many that we'll be seeing. Up next, after the Sperm finals, we've got Pyramix.
Yeah, and in the event that he's wasn't the favourite to win, Stanley having a slightly better official average than them. So, bit of an upset there. But, yeah, Luke going to take a win after Stanley upsetting in a couple of the other rounds. And we'll have some more Pyramix up next. Alright, but yeah, we're going to take a little bit of a break. I need to pop to the toilet and grab some water. And we'll see you back in a minute.
Ad break time. I said it. I said it's...
Pyramix next?
Hey, we're Speed Cube Shop. We are your one-stop shop for anything cubing or puzzle related and have something for everyone, beginner or pro. If you want the best of the best, allow us to lend you our years of experience and consider one of our premium setup speed cubes. Our team of experts will dial in your speed cube by applying lubricants and adjusting the settings so that when your cube arrives, you're ready to start crushing your PBs. Have any questions? Our team is available via phone, live chat, or email to help get you on track. Tap the link to find your next challenge or upgrade, and enjoy what we, and many others, consider to be the best shopping experience around.
So where's everyone off to?
Ha! Bones, you're up next.
Bones is off chasing a good time, just like everyone else hopping on a Denago e-bike.
What about our game, bro?
Experience riding in a whole new way.
How new are we talking? Because I'm here for the exercise.
Well, there's a Denago bike for all levels. Increase the electric pedal assist to ride as casual as you want without breaking a sweat, or turn it down to make those legs burn. Go to Denago.com to check out our bikes and find your local Denago dealer.
Cubing Life Academy aims to support the next generation of cubers through professional courses and coaching, as well as top cubers by fairly compensating them for sharing their skills. Use code SpeedCubingTV for 5% off any purchases at Cubing Life Academy.
And we're back.
Hello! It's good to see
Hello.
all of you again. I missed you lots. Especially Christopher Edward Mills. And
Are you really doxing me right
other
now,
people.
Michael Tripodi?
You said my dad's name on the stream before.
True.
It works
Although I
both
think
ways,
that's-
bucko.
Oh, I see. I just had to. I got up to fill up my water bottle, and I was quickly I was quickly reminded that my legs are sore from running yesterday.
Fair
So
enough.
walking to.
Are you
to fill
back
up my
running
water
again?
was hard.
Weren't you injured?
I just did a park run with my friend. And yeah, I'm no longer injured. I'm just lazy now. So.
Okay. So it's a different kind of fatigue. It's just energy fatigue.
Yes. I've been using my
lack of energy instead of lack of functioning muscles.
Yeah, I've just been using my energy on going to the gym instead of running.
Ooh.
But maybe once it gets a bit warmer.
Chris Mills in his swole arc.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, can't wait for it. Should be great. Well,
Anyway,
anyway, we've just finished up with the
results
2x2 finals.
Actually,
no,
that
we
was a
didn't
while
finish up
ago,
with 2x2 finals. We did that a while ago. We just finished square one finals, and if you flip around the order of number 1 and number 2, that is how they finished in square one. Luke Garrett took the win there, and Stanley second. However, 2x2 as is on screen now, and they've just changed it again. Pretend we've swapped first and second again. Stanley won 2x2, and Luke was second there. Continuing the theme of the second seeds coming into the finals, taking the wins. Not sure what the deal is with Washtenaw Fall 2024. Sounds like the top seeds are under a bit of pressure.
Yeah. Washtenaw falling off from first seed.
Ahaha. I get it.
Ahaha.
No, calling it fall is silly. Autumn's a cooler word, you're right.
Washtenaw autumning off from first seed.
We call it autumn because it was like named after a god or something. The US calls it fall because the leaf fall down.
Yes. Do we call it spring because the leaves spring into
the leaves like spring
fruition?
back up from the ground back onto the trees again.
Yeah, they fall and then they spring.
Yeah.
It's like a trampoline.
Yeah, the ground's a trampoline. And it's called winter. That's just physics, bro. I don't know what to tell you. Don't know. I don't have a funny haha joke for that.
Yeah.
I'm just kind of
shame
out here. Just waiting. Sitting and waiting
to watch some triangular shaped twisty puzzles be solved.
We're just waiting at the moment. We've got a couple stragglers that are still to submit their puzzles. That's what the delay is for. This will be like the finals of the past couple events that we've done, where it'll be running in 2 groups. So this first group, you'll be able to see hopefully some PRs from the slower half of the field, and then we'll be on watching, I believe, Luke and Harsha will be first and second seeds.
Yes, that is who we've requested. They're not the first 2 seeds, but that's who we've requested to get thrown on stream, as those are the 2 fastest Pyramid solvers, just both struggled a bit in the first round.
Funnily enough, winning the first round of Pyramix was actually Thomas Grahor, who we were talking about in the context of Clock before. He actually won the first round of Clock as well, but could not make it to the finals.
Yeah, sadly had to
performed terribly well. We've actually got another name that I'm unaware of. Elliot Perkins will be our first seed for the finals.
Yeah.
Wherever he may be. But yes, we are going to be watching Harsha Paladugu and Luke Garrett in the next group, so stay tuned for that. Hopefully some speedy solving is upcoming.
But for now, we've got Eli, Kat, and Jameson.
We've seen Eli on the stream before, and Jameson as well. Pretty sure we saw Jameson doing some 2x2 earlier on, and Eli possibly doing clock.
Yes, that's right.
But now we're seeing them twist the Egyptian-shaped puzzle speedily and with great haste.
Do you know how they built the pyramids?
No, sir.
Bit odd, eh?
I don't.
I wonder how they did it.
Like big rock. Like a lot of big rock.
I couldn't lift one of those up. Maybe they were just really strong.
I wasn't even born yet. Alright, we're getting some solves underway. This will be Jameson.
Let's have a look. What's Jameson like on the old tetrahedron? Got a 5 average in the first round.
Like a 4 tip scramble.
Stunning of a 6. His PR average is
Scramble
441.
The scramble wasn't terribly helpful there. Looked like 4 tips, which is obviously the least amount of tips that you would want, or the amount of tips that you would least want to solve on your puzzle. And doing some 3x3 practice in between while we wait. We have Eli on the other station who's just inspecting at the moment.
Eli has a 3.6 official per average, so he's pretty speedy at it. But not so much on this off.
No, that didn't look very good for him,
with
unfortunately. 5.9 is not the way that you'd want to start.
So when I was at this competition last year,
to add to your tally.
When I was at this competition last year, there was also the legendary. Oh my god, I've forgotten his name. Oh no, I should have remembered his name before I started speaking. That would have been a smart idea. Bear with.
Yeah, bearing. He can't be that legendary if you've forgotten his name.
Ezra Shear, the legendary man who I forgot.
Oh my!
His name.
You forgot Ezra's name? Oh my goodness, that's insane.
It's early, okay? It's early in the morning. It's very.
It's early.
Bro,
it's 2 hours earlier for me. I woke up at before 5 o'clock to do commentating for this competition. You have no excuse.
Anyway, Ezra Shear, he was at this venue last
Divorced.
year. He got a 166 average, and it was very cool. Smart guy.
Very pogo.
This scramble looks a lot nicer. No tips. Ooh,
Now, I'm not sure if you can tell, but it's not solved. So, that's a no result. DNF. Because did not fix the colours.
DNFTC.
Did not fix.
It was that, and that. I don't know what I.
Oh, what a goofball.
What has he done there?
Just did the wrong L3E, I think.
Yeah. Looks to be. But now we look at Eli. Yes, a very favourable scramble indeed, making up for the 4 tips on the first scramble with no tips on the second. And there's a block on red and red and green.
Not really utilising it very much though.
That's unfortunate. 358
Tyler.
For Eli.
When you're putting them down, don't grip it because that can change the tips.
Yeah, okay. So it looked like maybe using that block and then inserting an edge in the back and then just maybe taking a little bit to recognise that L3E, which is a bit unfortunate.
Pyraminx is a tricky old puzzle. I'm not very good at it. I have some decent results, but that's down to luck.
So you lie, mate. You're pretty good at Pyra, aren't you? Got like a 2.7 something average. That's pretty good.
2.3.
Oh yeah, even better then. Like, mate, don't sell yourself
It-
short. 2-3 is nothing to sneeze at.
It's pretty difficult old puzzle. We actually had a competition in Auckland a few weeks ago called the New Zealand Decathlon 2024, where there was 10 events and you scored points in each event, which ranked you like a kind of all-round in scoring system. And me, James, and Richard Yiheng Tao were kind of gunning for that first place. And towards the end of the last day, it looked like Richard was going to take it, and James was ahead of me. And James was judging me for Pyramix Finals, which was one of the last events. And he's like, "Oh, you'll overtake me in the points if you get a 2.8 average in Pyra." And I'm not that good at Pyra. Like, I can do that, but I'm going to need to get pretty lucky. So I'm like, all right, got it. Sub 2.8, easy. I then get a really nice scramble set and get a 2.7 average, getting just enough points to overtake James. So then I got second and he got third in the old decathlon thing. So that was pretty funny.
I like that concept for a competition though, earning points for each event and then having of course you have a competition winner. So it might just be on the WC, like whoever wins 3x3 or something like that, but also having another metric to kind of measure everyone up against as well. I've also kind of thought about the idea of having that, but like for Kinch. But I think the decathlon point system is also a good way of doing that as well. Of course, that's how
it was very
decathlon,
similar to how Kinch works.
Is measured.
The point system was similar to how Kinch works. James said he didn't entirely know how he made it work, but it seemed to work quite well. And there was just like times if you got like sub X, you'd get the max amount of points and stuff like that. But it worked quite well, and it definitely seemed pretty balanced at the end.
Like if James made the point system, you could just make it like you get 10,000 points for multi-blind and like 5 points for everything else.
Yes. And a 6 for Eli. Both of these guys struggling a bit.
Looks like decent turning, but just not the best solution.
I think he did the wrong case here. Yeah,
wrong case twice. Did the inverse, so had to do it again. That's a bit unfortunate there.
But you know what we got out off the Pyra? We got some one-handed. It's very exciting. I love one-handed.
That's your favorite?
It's my best event. I wouldn't say it's my favorite. Oh wow, Luke got a 909 average in the first round.
When you're ready.
That's wild.
What's Nah? Max still has Nah, doesn't he?
I think it's 8-6.
Well, I mean, hey, with some luck.
Yeah, 862 Max Park.
There's potential there.
Yeah, for sure.
You never know. Let's hang on, one-handed.
Max Park is ranked
looking at
5th in the world for one-handed now. That's wild.
What is this?
It's the Derevolution.
So tight, and I got it from the cubicle. Like it was super tight.
/ the regular revolution.
Here is Eli. Go, Eli.
Looking like a better solution.
Yeah.
Few rotations in there, it looked like. Let's have a look on the instant replay provided to us by
like my Belvy one.
The staff in Matthew's basement.
The one I have is the same one I got my NR with in 2019. Chris Tran followed it.
Yeah.
Oh.
It just looked like a couple of rotations to insert the last edges to make the V for that L4E. Or L3E in the end it was, rather.
Yeah. See, I call that case a U-perm, and I think I confuse people whenever I call it a U-perm. But I think back in like 2015,
Is
it was
either a
common to call
U-perm
it
on
a
the
U-perm.
front face or on like the top layer, yeah.
Yeah, front face. So, and then the other one where it's like on a top layer and they have to go clockwise, that's just a soon.
I don't think that they get confused when you talk about Pyra. I just think no one wants to talk about Pyra.
Yeah, maybe.
Maybe when you start
No, it's
talking
Jameson.
to people about Pyra, that's when they're like, I don't like this guy.
495.
Jamison, a 495 for him. Admittedly, haven't been keeping up much with the times that we've been getting so far for this group. Or just kind of,
you know, it'd be really cool
playing around with
if
the lead up
Jameson's
to-
dad was called
Yes.
was called Jamie.
Because I'm also in the first group again.
And then it's like Jamison is like
Jamie's son.
Eli, what'd you get?
Yeah. Like
That'd be
Jamie's son.
crazy.
Hmm.
If you had a son, would you
That
call
would
him
be crazy.
Michael's son?
I was literally just about to say that. While I think
I
about what
like
I'm going to
that.
name my future children, that's not Michael's son. Maybe it'll be Chris' son. Maybe we have kids.
I'm first by a lot on the psych sheet.
You never know.
I'm still
Christopher Michelson.
Christopher Michelson. I like it. It's a great name. Change the last name to Michelson. Michael Michelson. I'll name him after me.
Michael Michelson. But there
Yeah,
is the
great
wonderful
idea.
Harsha Paladugu in Pyramix finals. I think he was actually like the 8th seed or something. He got like a 4 average in the last round. But he has a 1.7 official average. He's pretty speedy. He has a couple of sub 1s. One of 3 people to have multiple sub 1s. See what he can get here. See if he can claw it back to first seed from 8th. Should be pretty bonkers. But I wouldn't be too surprised because he is a Pyramix connoisseur.
Certainly. Made Worlds Finals last year in Incheon, Korea. So, doing pretty well for himself.
Indeed. And
But
on the
see,
other
I'm pretty
table,
sure
we'll
he'll be
have,
on with
we'll have Luke Garrett.
Luke Garrett.
Yeah, former
Coming into
NAR
this competition was
single.
pretty much first seed
Harsha.
in everything.
Oh, which is hard.
Yeah, Pyramix is one of the only events that Luke is not the favourite at this competition for. Harsha has a 1.7 average, and Luke has a 1.9. One of Luke's weaker events, actually, especially when it comes to the side
Put the
events.
fucking stanchions around there too.
What is
What if you just, like,
Luke's PR? Luke PR.
It is 190, I believe.
Yes, 190.
Rank
I
him
believe it's tied
48th
with a
in the
certain Riley
world.
Dexter. Where'd Harsha go? Where's my guy? Where he at?
He's another runner.
He disappeared. But he left his Pyramix on the table. Quick, someone grab the Pyramix. Oh no,
Steal
we're
it.
good now. I don't, for the record, for legal purposes,
Like a slightly
SpeedCube TV / Michael Tripodi does not endorse stealing people's cubes.
No, only Pyramixes.
Are you watching the stream?
No, I still don't vibe with that.
Well, we've lost a camera.
That would be the overhead
Yes,
for Harsha's station.
Yeah.
Is Big T gonna come in and save the day?
Come on, big TR. Oh, there he is. What is he?
What's he doing?
Is he trying to?
What is he doing?
What is he up to? Was he trying to like get a peg on
I'm
Harsha or something?
confused. That almost looked
That's
like
a good
pin.
game. Have you ever played
Like
that game?
Yeah.
we played that
I've gotten
game.
done with that so many times. We played that at Melbourne Summer. And I
I
remember
think it was Tassie.
when I came up and asked you. No, it was definitely Melbourne Summer because my
maybe
tactic
both,
was
maybe
to go
both.
up to you. Wait, no, it might not have been pegs. I think we were sticking something onto your back.
Yeah.
Because
yeah.
I remember the tactic for me was to come up to you at dinner because we were doing a live stream the next day, and I came up and I was like, "Hey, Chris, are you right if we do if we like start the stream tomorrow? Like, are you right to do an intro?" And then you were none the wiser. It was pretty crazy.
Can we get 2 more judges?
That was good memories. Love Melbourne Summer.
Good
Best
memories.
comp.
Probably
Not as good as Sale.
We'll do it again next year.
You should come to Sale. Best comp.
Maybe.
Just
There is the
come down
legendary
to- come
Tyler
down to my
Rose
place.
fixing.
Luke
fixing
Garrett
the
has
old-
sat
the old
down
overhead.
practicing his 4 flips.
How crazy would it be if there was a
Of course,
4-flip
practicing
scramble
4
in this
flips, the
group?
most important scramble. That would be pretty crazy. He got a .88 before. Let's see if he can beat that. Have you seen? Have you ever been to a competition and seen Seb Lee practicing?
Oh yeah, he gets like
flips
sub
in between
0.5.
salts.
It's crazy.
Oh no, he gets like 0.59. I think 0.59 is the fastest I've seen when Seb's doing it.
Oh,
But
okay. That's still bonkers.
It's absolutely crazy the stuff he'll do.
How many moves is that? 1, 2. Is that 12 moves?
It's 12. 12 moves, yeah. So he'll do
That's
12 moves
bonkers.
in 0.6, so that's 20 TPS. Hi, Tyler.
Thank you, Tyler.
0.94 TPS. Nah, you troll.
Tyler the GOAT.
Bro, Steven said that he was like, just almost 1 TPS. Congrats. Let's see.
He's gonna change his server.
I'm actually, it's over for
Yeah,
me.
be quiet.
1 TPS on clock.
Who's gonna win, Michael?
Less than 1 TPS on goal.
Was this your?
I can't bet against Harsha,
Yeah.
let's be
I don't
perfectly
know what
honest.
this is exactly. It was-
Great Lakes
Yeah.
champion,
It was our prime
you know,
tip.
he's
Well, the body was right.
like you said it yourself before, he's the Pyramix connoisseur. Like I don't see barring, you know, extraneous circumstances, you know, I just don't see anyone else getting there.
So I like when I executed it. I really.
That's valid.
I like
That's valid.
Is that Harsha practicing his favorite six mover?
I did like a regrip after tips. I think.
What is
I think
that?
he
That
got
can't
yeah
be
he got a good
mover.
Pyrrha single just a few weeks ago.
I'm gonna give you some.
Maybe he's practicing that scramble.
Scrambles.
Yeah.
Practice an official scramble. There's a nice backbone there. You can do V on a couple layers.
I've got a
couple
question
angles.
for you, Michael Tripodi. How many people in
allowed.
the world? How many people in the world have a sub 1 Pyramid single? That's your question.
How many people have a sub 1 Pyramid single? I would hazard a guess and say that the number of people
8 seconds.
that have a sub 1 Pyramid single is like
12.
maybe 11.
Ah, you're quite off. And Luke Solve
Oh, am
was
I?
191 and only slightly off his PR average. But the current number we're looking at 2 of them. The current number is 19 people have a sub 1 official Pyramid single. 19.
That's
Luke's
more
got
than I was
1.
expecting.
Harsha has 2. Luke's starting strong with 191. Let's see if Harsha can beat that. Not a great looking scramble. Luke's turning was good. Harsha's turning is not so good, leading to a 204. Luke takes the lead. Good solution.
Yeah, it just looked like
not
it's
good
might
turning.
maybe lock up. Yeah, but that's one
His
thing
hands
Harsha's
look
good
too
for.
big
He's
for
good
that
with his
pyramid.
solutions.
Wait, I don't even know what it's called. I'm not an FMC.
Looks like it's got his Pyramid's got a bit sweaty, wiping it off with his London hoodie.
It was definitely deserved.
We've been talking about the London hoodie.
Yeah, it's my favorite flag.
I
You a
think
British boy.
Luke Garrett would look great with blue hair.
I think,
Just my unbiased
and
opinion.
feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. I think you might just be trying to save face here.
But imagine like matching that Moyu t-shirt, he'd look great.
If Moyu t-shirt is your only,
It was like
if you're just saying it because of the Moyu t-shirt, mate,
But I know,
Jodie
look at his
Brewster with
hair.
blue hair.
yeah, like his suit.
Jodie Brewster. Oh, that one looks. Jodie Brewster.
Oh, Jodie Brewster.
Ready.
To be fair though, Jodie Brewster
Anyway,
would look good
Luke
with
Garrett.
any hair, even no hair.
So top if you do top first, but it doesn't look so good for the V because those yellow centers are right next to it. Let's see what he does. Looking solid. 212 and a fist bump.
That a little fist bump that we saw. He's pretty pleased with
That's
that.
crazy. Oh, he did a
That looked like a
ML4E. He's shaking his judge's
that
hand.
looked pretty swag.
Here's Harsha.
No, that was a good solution. Here's Harsha. Harsha knows ML4E, so we might be able to see something good.
Harsha knows
But
all.
yeah, you're right. That big block on yellow.
Oh, but he rotated.
Rotation
He didn't
instead.
do the ML4E. That's crazy. Luke outskilling Harsha with the Pyrrha solutions right here. Harsha playing it safe. And locking up. Luke takes the lead quite substantially.
Oh my god. The Ezra mod's so bad.
Would this
I
be
wonder
the
what the
day?
Ezra mod
Is this again the day? Was Luke second seed for... Hang on a second.
Luke wasn't... No.
Was Luke
wasn't
also
even
second
He
seed?
was like 5th seed. He was 4th seed. Elliot Perkins was
true.
2nd
No,
seed.
that's right.
Thomas, who dipped, he was 1st seed.
Yes, of course.
That is definitely not Harsha Paladugu's personal records.
I cleaned out my old.
No,
Maybe
definitely
for, like,
not.
2x2 or something.
And, I like screwed up them.
I would even say that he has faster.
Harsha's
than
been to
2x2, but those are not.
144 competitions.
Ah, there we
You
go.
know that table there?
That looks more
just
like
those
it.
two competitors, they've been to like 350 competitions between the two of them. That's bonkers.
That's a lot.
366. It will be 368 after this competition. Here we go, Luke, third solve. Oh, a bit lucky. Looked like a very easy solution. I want to see a
It looked like a
replay
short
on that.
solution,
Look,
but maybe just a little bit awkward on the
Oh.
finger tricks. Yeah.
That looked like 7 moves.
Inserting
I
the
think-
edge into the side, yeah.
6 in the body and then one tip. That's stop-oneable for Harsha, I reckon. He looks in.
Can you
He could be
imagine
the-
if Harsha
he could
becomes
be the first person
the
to get
first person with 3
third.
sub-ones?
That's like my.
Alrighty.
That's my own. That's
Wow, I didn't actually know
like
that
the
Luke had a faster PR single than Harsha.
Yeah, he did. He got it not long ago. Alright, well, Harsha
0.95.
could claw it back a
Wowee.
bit here. If he gets a solid time. Very easy scramble.
But that's what they made the mod for. So that the
Jesus,
layers are a
Luke's
lot
gonna
more-
A good
be
single
kicking
would
himself for
open
that
up
one.
the door for a good counting time later on.
Yeah, it doesn't feel
Because
the
if
same
Luke
with
got a
this
good solve on that, then PR average would have been on the cards for him. Because if he had a 191 and then a 2-0, if he got like a low 1 on that one, then he just needs like a 1.7 in one of the last two. But no, falters under the pressure.
Still on the cards, is it not?
Still, technically, yeah. If he got a couple of 1.8s or a couple 1.7s, but if he does that, he's going to be kicking himself even more because he knows it could have been faster.
I'm ready.
Here we go, 4th scramble.
See how's the
3
scramble
tips.
looking. Looks like there's
No
a block,
blocks.
a green. No, there's
Oh,
a
yeah,
green
well,
and
green,
yellow
yellow.
block.
12.
Could probably do something with that.
153.
Yeah, 153.
That would have been
Can you imagine?
a lot.
Oh wow! Can you imagine if that third solve, he could have locked PR already, quite comfortably.
But either way, his best possible
But that
average
being
is
said, he's
sub
still
PR.
counting a 1.9 and a 2.1. He could still PR. 185 his best possible average, so that would mean a 1.68 would probably tie. So anything faster than that would probably do it.
But
for
here
him.
comes Harsha. This is the easy scramble.
the third
We
scramble.
believe it's around a 7 or 8 move solution. Luke choked it. Let's see if Harsha can lock in. This is sub 1 possible. Oh, but he's choked it as well.
No, it's
and he's plus 2.
well. It looked like the same solution. It looked like the exact same solution, a lock up in the exact same spot, but Harsha just couldn't fix it in time before stopping the timer. Yeah,
Oh.
see, there's that insert of that yellow edge into the side right,
Yes,
and it just couldn't finish.
I did a UF and got a 2.5.
So 404, Luke in a commanding lead at the moment. We haven't seen anybody from the other stations, but at least out of Luke and
Well, I'm
Harsha,
pretty
it is
sure we can
Luke
say
by
Luke's
country
won.
mile.
Well, Harsha would have to count like a 1.3 or something to challenge Luke now.
You ever seen this algo?
I actually haven't.
That's my favorite L4E algo. Imagine an L4E solved after this.
Wow, that's
Luke showed a great L4E alg right there.
Great alg. Yep, absolutely.
Wow, that was
Using
bonkers.
that in all my solves. Guaranteed 0.3 time drop.
Yeah. 73 people are watching on YouTube, but there's a crowd of 100 people watching from one stream probably somewhere.
Yeah.
There's a full classroom of people.
They're playing it at Washtenaw.
They're playing it in like a football stadium right now for like 20,000 people.
It's in a movie
But it
theater.
just doesn't count to the viewer count. Yeah, unfortunate.
Wowie. Okay, Luke
That's actually
Garrett,
real.
still PR potential. Would have had it if he didn't fumble on that third scramble, the easiest scramble of the group so far. But still, he could walk away with a PR average, but it's... Yeah, he's going to have to get a good time on that last solve.
The altitude is like this.
It's going to need a 168 to tie PR average. 169, actually.
Quick maths.
Harsha doing the 4th.
And Luke got a pretty good time on this scramble.
And he's fumbled.
B-move.
He's
Nah,
bottled
Harsha's
it.
not going to do well on that one. 318, not a good average at all for Harsha, unfortunately. Pyraminx woes, unfortunately, are continuing.
Which one? That one that's filled with sewage right outside Washtenaw.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't know that was there.
I'll just take it and drive straight off.
What did you
It's
do?
the only option at this
Or you
point.
could just go drive down
Is it our friend?
Collingwood or... Yeah, that's the street.
Yeah, that's
the bad street in Toledo.
Or I'm going to New Mexico after this. I'll just like start screaming.
He needs a 169 to tie his PR average, or a 166 to improve it. Scramble looks not great. That's 4 tips.
Ooh,
He's
okay,
gonna
yeah, it's
struggle.
not favourable.
4 tips, no blocks. I don't think we're going to see it here, but you never know. He is a wizard.
He's
but
already
not
shaking
magic
his
enough.
head.
And that's a plus
I'm a
2.
little less mad.
He's going to get worst
It's
possible
gonna be worst
average,
possible.
218. Going to take the win.
Like, yeah, so like if the one that...
Well, as
So
far
I
as
think the
as far
moment
as
he
we
saw
know,
that scramble, he knew
he's going to
PR
take the win.
possible.
What's the CR?
190.
Yeah. That plus 2, of course, not affecting the overall average. It was his worst solve regardless, but
But
still a plus 2 is not great to have. Harsha solving now. This is his final. No, I might be lying.
like 2-1, like high 2-1.
I think you.
That might have been an instant replay. I'm actually capping. Okay, so Harsha now is on his way in his 5th, just about to start inspection and underway. Now, no bars on this scramble, no blocks whatsoever, and 4 tips as well, so not the greatest.
That's me one.
Okay, he's just not going to bother.
105 world record.
Yeah, I imagine he's just not going to bother. It was grounds for an E1, but
Might have
I feel like there's
that.
intention behind that. Hang on, let me try and get a 0.05 on my stack map. I've got one perfectly positioned right here. Nah, 0.7. 0.07. See, it takes skill to do that. Okay, I'm gonna try the forbidden
It's on a
strat.
GAN, it's on a
Nah, I
GAN
got
timer.
0.7 again. Okay, speed stacks. We've got the Gen 5 right here. I'm gonna put it down on my lappy toppy. Oh no, hang on. I'll show the strat. That's the strat. Nah,
Really?
0.8. I can't get faster than that. I'm gonna get it though. Just you wait. It's gonna happen. 0.51. I think we can live with that. I'm okay with a 0.51. I beat Harsha by 2 whole milliseconds. Was it worth it? Absolutely. Yes, in every way. Alright, so after that Pyraminx final has finished. I'm not sure the results on there. I think we're waiting for them to be entered, but while we wait, we may as well cut to an ad quickly. We'll go for a break. I need to go take a whiz, and I'll leave you with some lovely little footage.
Hey, we're your Speed Cube shop. We are your one-stop shop for anything cubing or puzzle related and have something for everyone, beginner or pro. If you want the best of the best, allow us to lend you our years of experience and consider one of our premium setup Speed Cubes. Our team of experts will dial in your Speed Cube by lives. You're ready to start crushing your PBs. Have any questions? Our team is available via phone, live chat, or email to help get you on track. Tap the link to find your next challenge or upgrade and enjoy what we and many others consider to be the best shopping experience around.
So where's everyone off to?
Bones, you're up next. Bones?
Bones is off chasing a good time, just like everyone else hopping on a Denago e-bike.
What about our game, bro?
Experience riding in a whole new way.
How new are we talking? Because I'm here for the exercise.
Well, there's a Denago bike for all levels. Increase the electric pedal assist to ride as casual as you want without breaking a sweat, or turn it down to make those legs burn. Go to Denago.com to check out our bikes and find your local Denago dealer.
We're back.
Hey, Chris, you want a
What are
rice
you
cake?
eating there? Well, I would love a rice
Do you
cake,
want a rice
actually.
cake, Chris? Hang on.
Ow. Ow.
I just got like
Thank you,
rice
Mike.
cake crumbs all over my laptop. You know what? That was a really
Oh,
bad
you-
idea. Why did you?
Yeah, mate.
Why did you do this to me, Chris?
What? Me?
You're the one that wanted the rice cakes.
You're the one who offered me the rice cake.
That's also true, but I'm still gonna pretend it's your fault. Sour cream and chives, in case anyone's wondering. Pretty goated flavor.
Alright, what are we doing now? We're doing some one-handed. The lower half of the finals coming up now. Pink Floyd is solving. And Great Lakes Championships 2022 is solving as well.
Woohoo.
That's a fancy looking camera.
I know, it's ridiculous. I have a 1689 average.
It's got the furry mic and everything.
And it's ridiculous. I hate it. I hate every single thing.
There you go.
He's got that dead count on his
He's
camera.
making some kind of vlog.
Vlog. Oh, but we're underway. Pink Floyd. We'll try and learn his real name. Hunter and Natapong. Hunter onto the OLL. Not bad. 16:24.
Just assuming that that's Hunter. Could be Natapong.
Hunter got a 20 average in the first round. Natapong 21.
I'm ready.
Alright, so Natapong's the one with the crazy camera.
8 seconds.
Try and that looks like a nice white cross. Hang on a second.
But
maybe I'm
he's
tripping.
Not solving anything right now by the looks of it. He's doing yellow. He's starting to solve a bit more now.
That was
Almost onto OLL.
odd. Almost-
Yeah. Not a great solve for
S move
Natapong.
OLL one-handed. He's the GOAT.
Whoa.
F perm. Look, I can talk all I want. These guys are better than me one-handed. It's all really sad.
So Natapong has a 21.2 official average for one-handed, and Hunter has a 18.8 average. Hunter started with that 16, I believe. So good stuff for him. This solve's looking good. I don't know what he's doing there. Oh, he's doing Nicholas to give himself a U-perm. And he gets a 17. So that's 2 souls sub his PR average. It's a good start.
Let's go. Not bad. Can't ever complain with a PR. Or solves under PR at least. It's not all there yet, but certainly heading in the right direction.
Hunter's PR single
Good
is
recognition on the CP as
14.1.
well.
And Natapong has a 16.6. So we'll see if anybody can get any PRs this round.
Ready.
Whoa. Solve looks decent. 18. Much better than the first solve.
Cool, I can get sub 20. Finally.
Doing yellow again.
Edge is oriented. Does the soon this time.
Here's Hunter. Started well. 2 solves of his PR average. Also doing a yellow on this scramble. Oh no, this is the third actually. Sexy Sledge OLL into...
Oh, this is fast. This is great.
Oh, fumble.
Not sure what the
Instead of
PLO
16.
was, but it took a long time.
You could go V-perm or something like that.
Still
But
really good, but that looked like some really awkward
flying
PLL,
into a
but it was
PR.
onto it really quickly. That whole solve turned
Yeah,
just looked
free
pretty
pair,
on point.
free pair. Free pair. If he did, yeah, what's a
Sledge.
V-perm? So he had Sexy Sledge, but if he did, like, what's it called? OLLCP. Very easy for that case. I'm sure he would have known it, just maybe didn't recognize it in time. Yeah, but look at that for Hunter. 16, 17, 16.
F.
Start the
Prime,
wipe
prime.
Yeah, F R U prime
Yeah,
R prime U
inverse.
R U R prime F prime.
Yeah. So it's like the start of the Y perm, but with a U prime instead of a U in the middle. No, with a U instead of a U prime in the middle.
Or you could do U2 and then lefty Sexy Sledge. Or you can do it in back.
Oh yeah, that's an
Back
option.
isn't that hard. Alright, here's Natapong.
A bit awkward for two-handed, but in one-handed it could work. There's Natapong. Solve 3.
Bad first solve, good second solve. This solve's looking a bit weak. It's going to come down to the PLL, which is a G-perm. And a 19.
Executed
Not bad.
pretty well though.
And
I
Hunter's
won't lie.
finishing his 4th solve. It looks like he's going to lock in that PR average. And he is. Worst possible average is still
And
going to
still
be
one more solve to go.
17. Oh, his worst possible is 17.47. Look at that.
There you go. Stuff from Hunter. We were talking about possibly seeing some PRs today. And Hunter delivering. Yep, so old PR was 18.84, so all of the solves are under that. And he's in the end going to beat his PR by at least a full second.
Maybe more. Maybe we'll get the single in the
Good to
last.
see. And he's cool, calm, collected about it. No big deal, really.
Just a massive PR.
It's what you love to see.
What do we reckon Luke Garrett's going to get in the next group?
Well, look, he was looking at around about a 9 flat average in the first group, and his PR's an 8.85, so we can probably expect getting somewhere sub 10. 9 flat would be my best guess. I do hope he can get a PR. And look, if you can get a
That'd be
PR, why
epic.
not? Let's go for North American record.
Oh, this solve is good. PR average potential onto a single potential, sorry, onto an EPUM. Oh, lock in a
Oh, yeah.
great average. That's going to be
It's his best possible average, 16.8.
If he got a slightly easier PLL, he might have got PR single as well.
Well, look, he's just
Here's
casually
Natapong.
beating his PR by, 2 seconds.
Okay, I guess.
Natapong still got PR average potential, but going to be counting at 23. This is a great solve from Hunter. Look at him go.
Turning as well. Maybe he's been practicing a bit
It's
of one-handed
unfortunate to get-
recently. He could have been expecting this PR.
Somebody recount what BP is.
Yeah, and the E-perm to finish. That's unlucky.
Well, he didn't get it in the first round, so
A low 20 at best.
17, 19, 23.
maybe one round to kind of settle the nerves, bit of a warm up, and then
What do you get on that last solve?
get something good in the next. It's just a replay of Nutapong's 23. Not the greatest by his standards, I wouldn't imagine. Another F-perm. He had an F-perm on one of the earlier solves as well. And now this will be his last. And then after this, we'll get on to Luke Garrett in the next group of the finals. Not sure who else we've got on
Nutapong's
screen,
going
but
to
I
need
know we'll
around
have
a
Luke.
20 to get his PR average, I believe. Good start. Well, he's messed
Couple
up a
pre-pairs
free
we see
pair
there.
He broke
He's got
up
it
one of
back
them.
now. Looked like two free
He's given
pairs. There was
himself a
one
dot
made
case,
from the scramble.
but he's still getting a good time. Another G-perm and a 17.
With a U3 prime AUF.
It was an 18, not
Seems like he was trying to sabotage himself there, breaking up that free pair, giving himself a dot. But PR
Yeah, so
average
look,
for him.
check out that. He preserved one pair and then completely disregarded the other free pair. Oh, it was right in front too. It was perfect
then
positioning.
I gotta record it so it's.
Yeah, and then just going on with the G-perm to finish. And U3 prime, baby.
He was doing everything wrong, but getting
It doesn't
a time
matter.
was still good.
What?
Doesn't matter. It's not my position to judge anybody, especially in one-handed. I'm in no position to make fun of anyone's one-handed solving ever.
I also gotta do this. Sorry. Oh my god.
All right, so next group we've got coming up, we've got the one, the only, the mystical eyebrow man himself, Luke Garrett. We've been seeing a lot of him this stream, and what's one more, you know? His current PR is an 885, and he was quite close to that in the first round, actually, a 9 flat, or 906, I think, if I recall
909.
correctly. I could be wrong on that one. 909, okay, yeah. So in and around the 9 flat mark, could be doing something like that, but we'll be able to see his solves after this quick break.
Oh, there we go.
Cubing Life Academy aims to support the next generation of cubers through professional courses and coaching, as well as top cubers by fairly compensating them for sharing their skills. Use code SpeedCubingTV for 5% off any purchases at Cubing Life Academy.
Are you
Oh, we're
staying
back.
hydrated this live stream, Chris?
I'm having a potato chip.
Are
Did
you
I have a potato
hydrated?
chip? I am hydrated.
No, I think you need to drink some water. Have you had some water recently?
Okay, Dad.
You should drink water. Water is good for you. A hydrated Cuba is a fast Cuba. Sponsored by water. Drink up, everybody. Stay hydrated.
Yes. All right, Stanley Chapel, one-handed. Not his best event, but he still has an official 11 average, I believe. Yeah, 11.51 and a 9.25 single. Let's see what he can get today. Going to be tough for him to beat Luke Garrett, as Luke is... one-handed is one of his best events. But let's see what Stanley can get here. Looking at Orange Cross, looks quite cheeky. Putting the cube down now.
I think you're mistaken.
Underway.
Stanley will not be doing a cross. Stanley will not be doing a cross. Stanley is a Roo solver.
Stanley uses Roo.
So he will be making blocks. Stanley's used Roo for like 5 years, bro.
Oh, I've been living under a rock, apparently. And he's
yes,
got
you
a
certainly
16.
have been. Oh well. Though Stanley doesn't have very many weak spots, but in terms of making sure that he is the best he possibly can be at every single event, he's definitely doing that. Roo has seemed to be the predominant method for one-handed solving in recent times, and Stanley, of course, taking to that and using one-handed for his own solving. Fortunately, a +2 penalty there. Stanley will be obviously at much higher risk of DNFing any given solve, because if it finishes with an M move and you miss that move, it's not a +2 penalty, it is a straight DNF.
I'm ready.
Right, Luke. He uses CFOP because CFOP is better. Let's see what he can get. Looking at... I don't know, maybe he's looking at green, maybe he's looking at yellow. I'm not quite sure. It's hard to turn on one-handed because people do so many rotations. He is doing green. Doing a lot of turns, a lot of turning. It looked like an OLL skip, so it's going to be a decent time. 9.65, bit of shake of the head, but not too shoddy.
Might not have been great F2L. Obviously, one-handed, it's hard to... It is really, realistically, I'm not the one to talk or anything like that. For CFOP, it is so hard to get good turning. And particularly during F12, because there's so many rotations, you have to put the cube down, and it's just hard to keep your fingers in the same spot and do that many rapid turns. But it looks like Luke is managing. No problems whatsoever.
Yeah. Gotta get lucky with the kind of F2L solutions you have. Get nice RU or LU spam. Usually, if you get LU, you rotate to the side, and then it makes it a lot easier to do righty turning. Stanley, though, using Roo, maybe solving it differently. Not looking great. Onto CM as well.
Moves to finish off that second
Let's see. And that's accounting 13.
That dot's faced in the end
so
as well.
Good. Luke going to be
I
getting
find
his
Roo such an
second
interesting method to watch. Specifically one-handed. The turning that the top-level Roo solvers have is just mesmerizing. And I guess the same with the CFOP solvers, because there's a lot more TPS required, so some of the turn speed that they're reaching, particularly the new world record from Druva, is absolutely insane.
Yellow looks alright
Can't
on
turn
this
that fast
scramble.
with 2 hands.
8 seconds.
Looks like what he's going to be going for. He's in a weird rotation though, so maybe he's not doing yellow. Okay, no, he is going to be doing that yellow. Looking solid, bit of a fumble into the OLL and PLL 891. Could have been a lot better, I think. Yeah, let's have a look.
On the instant replay what we could have been seeing.
Really nice
double
start.
rotation there.
Oh, but yeah, massive fumble. Was that a one-look lost layer? I think it might have been. Or like some sort of OLLCP or something, you can quite see.
That's another aspect of one-handed as well. Your turn speed is greatly compromised, obviously, by only being able to use one hand, so ALG knowledge is paramount. Need to know as many cases as possible, possibly more so than you would need to know for two-handed, just because you can't reach the same turn speed.
Yeah, that's right.
Stanley with a 1239.
One-handed makes me want to learn like full ZB, because it's useful for 3x3, but nowhere near as useful as is for one-handed. There's something Patrick has over Max and Luke in that regard, is his ZBLL knowledge and stuff like that is a lot stronger than these guys. I'm not sure quite what Druva knows, but I'm pretty sure he is just basic CFOP. But look at that.
Just imagine how much more useful it would have been for feet.
Yeah, crazy.
That's why they should have kept it. I don't endorse that. They should never come back. I hope it never comes back. Gross event.
Looking like a 4-move green across here. Pretty easy to insert a corner to get an X cross. Let's see if he does that. I think he isn't. Good turning. Oh, not a great OLL case. I usually do Furf to do that one, and not great. 980. Yeah, I would usually do U prime F inverse sexy F prime and then a back soon for that case, but I'm not sure what that would have given PLL wise. Pretty rough lot. He's still gonna be getting a sub 10 average by the looks of it, but he's gonna need a couple low 8s to be looking at PR.
That's not it.
And that's a DNF for Stanley, I think. As you said earlier, finishing with those end moves makes it very easy to DNF. Getting the same CMLL as one of his previous solves. Yeah, just missing that last move slightly. So I think Stanley's going to be missing the podium quite likely. This is one event where first seed is going to remain first seed. Unless Luke gets 2 DNFs. It can happen. Just switches to Rue. Doesn't do the last move.
MU UPAM.
Alright. Luke Garrett, 4th solve. Let's see what he can get. He's going to need a low 8 to have PR potential. Luke's going to take his time to warm up. Stanley is inspecting his last. No good averages possible for Stanley, and he's bottled the last solve as well.
Yeah, it doesn't look like a whole lot's getting solved. A lot of S moves and slow turning.
And that is going to be
count as well because he did DNF the last.
Eesh. Not a good average. 1587. He's not going to be happy with that. But here we go. Luke Garrett, 4th solve. Only sub 10 so far. See if he can keep it up. Ooh, not looking great.
Turning well. Oh, but
1059.
With the H perm with the M moves as well. Stealing some Rue strategies off Stanley.
Worst possible average there. Yeah, just kind of fumbled a bit. Yeah, look, he completely messed up his cross. Look at that. Oh no, we're watching Stanley, never mind. That makes more sense.
Go figure. Yes, Stanley has messed up his cross.
Look, he still hasn't solved his cross. What's he doing?
What's he doing? Was it going for an F2L skip?
You have an 8, 2 9s, and a 10.
Everything skip.
Won't be PR.
Well, Luke now's got one more. It won't be PR. He's going to be at best still half a second off his PR average. But we're looking at almost definitely a sub 10.
COLL there, and then he had an H perm, which he did pretty swiftly actually.
Practicing his H perms now again.
Alrighty, last solve, Luke Garrett, 9 of 45, best possible average. That'd be sub my PR average. Stanley struggled on that last scramble, but he uses a different method. But usually if a scramble is good for Rue, it's good for CFOP and vice versa. So I assume if a scramble is bad for Rue, it's probably also bad for CFOP. Let's have a look. Yeah, it doesn't look great, and it doesn't even look like there's any stuff paired up. That's still like a 6-move white cross.
12.
Good turning. Oh well. L-perm.
Come on.
Locking up. And 919. Still solid.
Locking up and still getting a 919. That's close to his BPA. 955
average.
Is that
sub my PR?
Is it? What's your PR? Isn't it 955?
959.
Ah, never mind.
Oh, what a fumble! I
nines
think that
instead of double
might have had 7 potential. Alrighty, well that was one-handed finals. Luke Garrett gonna take the win. Stanley most likely not getting on the podium there, and we've only got one event left, and that is the wonderful event of 3x3.
The big one. Yay!
The big one.
Exciting
We're gonna
times.
throw it to a break. Then we'll have the slower half of 3x3 finals, and then the faster half. And yeah, we'll see you there. Don't go.
Hey, we're Speed Cube Shop. We are your one-stop shop for anything cubing or puzzle related and have something for everyone, beginner or pro. If you want the best of the best, allow us to lend you our years of experience and consider one of our premium setup speed cubes. Our team of experts will dial in your speed cube by applying lubricants and adjusting the settings so that when your cube arrives, you're ready to start crushing your PBs. Have any questions? Our team is available via phone, live chat, or email to help get you on track. Tap the link to find your next challenge or upgrade and enjoy what we and many others consider to be the best shopping experience around.
So where's everyone off to?
Ha! Bones, you're up next.
Bones is off chasing a good time, just like everyone else hopping on a Denago e-bike.
What about our game, bro?
Experience riding in a whole new way.
How new are we talking? Because I'm here for the exercise.
Well, there's a Denago bike for all levels. Increase the electric pedal assist to ride as casual as you want without breaking a sweat, or turn it down to make those legs burn. Go to Denago.com to check out our bikes and find your local Denago dealer.
We're back.
We're
Hello,
back.
everybody.
Hello,
We're back
everybody.
for
I'm
the
the
best of
front.
all.
I'm back.
The
The best of all? I don't know about the best of all. It is
Do
definitely
you prefer a B or
the
a
main
B prime?
event of this competition, though. A B or a B prime?
Hmm.
I prefer a B prime.
B prime. B prime's hard with one hand though. B is much easier. I can't. How am I supposed to?
I prefer 3-style.
That seems kind of irrelevant to the conversation, Michael. There's no 5-blind at this competition.
Right. I forgot. 5-blind's not the main event of this competition. Oops. Simple mistake. Happens all the time.
No, Michael Tripodi, the main event of this competition is the best event of the competition and the best event in the WCA 3x3. Luke Garrett, first seed in the second round.
Reckons.
But before we have the wonderful Luke Garrett and Stanley Chappell and all of those guys, we've got Jameson again.
Hey, Jameson's back. Hello.
Hey.
How's Jamie?
Seeing a lot of him.
Say hi to the Jamies for me. And Pink Floyd's back again, but as a judge this time. That's
Yo.
Hunter. I think.
PR one-handed average guy, Hunter.
Right. Yeah, smashed it.
He did.
Seeing a few familiar faces back again. We'll see who's joining Hunter. Do we know who's... No, not Hunter. We'll see who's joining Jamison. Do we know who's joining Jamison? I see a Stanley Chapel in the background there. I don't believe he'll be
Won't
joining.
him.
Not
He'll
for the
probably
time
be
being.
helping with the old scrambles.
It's Luke Garrett walking behind the station, just like the first time
That's wild.
when it wasn't on stream. But now we wait. We wait, we ponder, we reminisce on the competition that has been thus far. There were winners and there were not winners. And most of them were Luke Garrett or Stanley Chapel.
Huh, this is interesting. There is 28 people in this final, but we're seeing somebody who ranked 9th. Sitting down already. So
why
I
is
don't know how
everybody
this
doing
spinning up
clock? Hang on a second.
That's some old footage down there.
Oh, that's old footage. I'm looking on the stream setup we've got, and there is old footage playing, like really old. I'm like, maybe they're not solving clock right about now. I don't want to be reminded of Stanley's clock. That's the reason that I'm nemesized again.
Yeah, that is right. We're both nemesized and both by people at this competition, which is a bit of a shame. But looks like we're going to be starting pretty soon. Looks like Doug's having a chat with old Jameson. Not really sure how these groups are working out. There's a lot of people to solve. Doug Lee competed 20 years before Jameson.
Wow, that is a fact.
Not Jameson.
Definitely
Wait,
a fact.
I'm getting Jameson and Hunter mixed up. Never mind. I think we might have 3 groups of this final, you know?
What? Hang on a second. How long is this final going to take?
There's a lot of people. There's a lot of people to get through.
Yes, there is. No, who's that?
Hey, it's
there?
Justin.
I don't know.
That's Justin
hello.
Sui.
Hello, Justin. Justin Sui has a cube and is now inspecting that cube.
He's now
That's
solving
right. You said he
cube.
organised the Washtenaw one that you went to.
Yeah.
Nice calm turning, few rotations. Nice Mario OLL and a U-perm PLO. Nice.
Justin got a 12 average in the last round, 11 average in the first round. His PR is 11.44. We got Harsha.
And we see Harsha now. So it looks like
Harsha
they're doing
Power
rotating
Week.
stations or a waiting area.
8.
Here's Harsha
I see a
Paladugu.
white cross edge already solved. Doing yellow.
Bro is struggling. And he's going to get an 11. Rough.
On the
Harsha
second attempt
Paladugu,
of
11
stopping
average
the
in the
timer.
last round. I think he has a sub 10 official average though. He has a 9.1 official average.
Yep.
No, I'm right here.
That sounds about right.
He's just struggling today, apparently, with the old... kind of all of them. Apart from clock. You got that good clock single. Everything else, bit of a struggle. Uphill battle. He actually got second in
Get
clock.
Jameson his puzzle, please. Who, Harsha?
Yeah.
Solid. Good effort.
Stanley Chapel actually still came second in one-handed. It went Luke Garrett 9.55, Stanley 15.8, Ansel 16.1.
Wow.
Hunter Mackler wasn't
Yeah,
actually
we
too far from
expected him
podium,
to
less
come
than a
second.
second.
Makes sense. He's been putting in the work.
Harsha was pretty close as well, only 0.2 away.
Is this the person that everyone was saying looked like Antonio Cam? Yeah.
I think so.
That makes sense. Oh, was
Finally
it
been
Stanley
our
who was on
queries
stream
have been
before
answered.
saying that someone looked like Antonio Cam and was wearing the jumper? Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, there he is. It's looking like
He's
a good
using
solve for
C-Fob,
this
can't
guy,
be
actually.
Antonio Cam.
Oh, but he plus 2'd.
Oh.
Shame.
Seen a lot of +2 penalties today.
Yeah. Maybe Michigan doesn't realize you're supposed to solve the whole cube. They haven't got the memo.
Got no time to waste, mate. Every move is precious. And who do we have over here? Don't bump your head on the overhead camera, please. So I'm not sure how many groups they're doing, but it looks like this group is running with a waiting area, so they might just be doing 2. I don't imagine that fixed stations, like that they wouldn't have
Hopefully
more than
they'll sit
9.
down at Luke and Stanley for us, so we can watch them battle it out.
That'd be good to see. Like B move OLL there.
Fumble on the PLL for essentials there. 11 for
From
Jameson.
essentials.
There's James Hildreth, one of the delegates. He's also got
Hello there, Mr.
Detroit
James.
Lion. What sport do you reckon Detroit Lions is?
Detroit Lions. That sounds like an NFL team to me. The Detroit
I'm gonna
Lions.
look it
Yeah, look it up. Let's look at James.
Detroit Lions.
OLL finished sub 9, and it's
It
a
is
PLL
NSL
skip. Oh, nice. 943 for James. Classy little sub 10. We haven't seen many of those this final so far.
Oh, I took my cue.
Very nice, very nice.
Yeah.
This is what we like to see.
Look at him struggle to do that F2L pair. He was real struggling. And he got a 7 move last layer.
6 move last layer.
That was a very silly solve for James.
Was there a pre-AUF? I just saw the 6 move.
Yeah, there was, I believe. .6.
I feel like we're seeing a couple of familiar faces. Familiarizing myself with the Michigan cohort.
Interesting that Jameson is
Jameson
sat
just
down there
waiting.
and everybody else is moving around him. Not sure what's going on there.
I don't know what the plan is. I have no idea, sir.
Who are we getting over on that
There
station?
we go.
We've got Jameson first. The average against scramble is about 5 move white cross. See if he's going to do that. No, he's going to do it in a lot more than 5 moves. But you do you, buddy. And it's a good
Nice
solve.
OLL.
Sub 10.
That is a good solve. 9-7. Used a bit of a dated OLL alg though.
Yeah.
Not the
Jameson
funny
does have a
FY.
sub 10 official average. I can read the YouTube chat. I'm checking it occasionally.
Yeah, I'm looking at it. I'm just willfully ignoring most of it. Except for the ones that say, Michael Tripodi, you're so cool and handsome, and you and Chris are the best.
Poor guy. He
I
was
would
happy
like
with
to
his
read-
time and then
I would like
realized
to
it
read
was
those. Oh no. That's not great.
You hate to see it. You hate to see
Like a
someone
pretty good
happy with a
start,
time and
using
then
those pairs.
latter realise they plus 2'd. Oh, and he's hit the overhead on the way out.
That's not a good idea. I keep telling everybody, please don't hit your head on the overhead. They don't listen.
They are overhead.
Got not Antonio Cam back.
You don't want to hit him because soon the overhead will be out my head.
Ha!
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm here all day.
All day? Don't you have something better to do?
Nope.
Have lunch or something. It's like 11 o'clock. That was an interesting PLL. What happened there? That was very interesting.
Jameson rocketing into this OLL. Oh, he's done 2, look. Oh, Jameson, mate, you gotta learn your
So
OLLs.
that looked like a really long OLL. But yes, that probably makes more sense.
Let's see, what OLL did he get? Oh, did he just... Oh, Jameson, mate. He knows
He's
he
an
was doing
F
too
double
low.
sexy.
He tried to hide it. He moved his head forward so we couldn't see what he was doing. He was too
Good plan,
embarrassed.
so we couldn't see it. Yeah. I understand, yes.
This man's gonna go home and learn that OLL, I bet. Here's Justin. Michigan's #1 organizer.
He brought us this very competition that you see before you so that he could flex his mad skills.
And a
You
plus
heard-
2.
No, he's
Mad
plus 2ing!
skills.
Why is everybody plus 2ing?
Justin Sui is doing a plus 2-y.
solves.
They're getting better, Chris. They're getting a lot better.
Thank you, thank you.
It was interesting plus 2. I was going to say it looked like an interesting plus 2, but the cube just somehow flipped on upside down when he stopped it. So it looked like a D, but it was a U upside down.
Oh, a bit of applause for Jameson there. Let's see if he knows the OLL this time. He does, and that
Yes,
was
he
the mirror
does.
of the one he got last time. So he knows that case, but he just doesn't know the other one.
Maybe it's habit.
Jameson, mate.
So hang on, which one's this?
I'm pretty sure it's the mirror.
Yeah, okay. That's not what I thought it was. I think that's the Jaden McNeil PR single OLL. Not the cube drop one, the one that he actually has PR with now.
Everyone else for 3x3 finals.
We're on to the final
Alright,
group
we're moving on to
of
finals.
3x3, and that means one thing, and one thing only. Mr.
What does that mean, Michael?
Luke Garrett. It means Luke Garrett. We like Luke Garrett. He's cool. And we're going to watch him solve.
Hey, we're SpeedCube Shop. We are your one-stop shop for anything cubing or puzzle related and have something for everyone, beginner or pro. If you want the best of the best, allow us to lend you our years of experience and consider one of our premium setup SpeedCubes. Our team of experts will dial in your SpeedCube by applying lubricants and adjusting the settings so that when your cube arrives, you're ready to start crushing your PBs. Have any questions? Our team is available via phone, live chat, or email to help get you on track. Tap the link to find your next challenge or upgrade, and enjoy what we and many others consider to be the best shopping experience around.
So where's everyone off to?
Bones, you're up next.
Bones is off chasing a good time, just like everyone else hopping on a Denago e-bike.
What about our game, bro?
Experience riding in a whole new way.
How new are we talking? Because I'm here for the exercise.
Well, there's a Denago bike for all levels. Increase the electric pedal assist to ride as casual as you want without breaking a sweat, or turn it down to make those legs burn. Go to Denago.com to check out our bikes and find your local Denago dealer.
I feel like he had a pretty lackluster performance at NAC. This is something that he also mentioned in Luke Garrett, Timon Kolsinski podcast.
Kind of lost all hope at that point, which is not what you want to do.
No, I do.
Yeah, you still have a national or continental championship final, like 3x3 final. Like, this is the big event, and my mind was already gone from that.
Yeah.
He's back, and he's back with a vengeance, I think. Luke Garrett, he has to be one of the best cubers in the country right now, one of the best cubers in the world.
This scramble. Wow. Extremely fast. Wow. There it is. That's the fastest solve of the final so far. 4.51. And Luke doing the encore for the crowd right there.
That
And
last
we're back.
solve in that video, that last solve is absolutely mind-blowing to me. This is the top down.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a little bit misleading, the angle that's typically presented, where it's just like the backside of the cube. Because, yeah, you can see they're turning, but you can't really see anything that's going on. With that top-down angle, you can see every single pair that's being solved. And I just can't fathom that people are that fast, that they can see them and do the pairs that quickly. It's insane.
Hopefully we'll see some solves like that in the finals from Luke Garrett. But I kind of want a Denago e-bike. They look kind of cool.
They're kind of chill. I can just imagine, yourself cruising around the New Zealand hills on a Denago e-bike.
Yeah. Surely they can hook us up.
Sounds chill. Yeah.
Either way, Luke
What's the
Garrett,
discount
first
code?
over the finals, coming up right now. He's sat down on the station. We got a camera
I guess
on.
the other one's yet on yellow. Is this yours?
Would you like to compete instead?
Got Natapong judging him.
You are ready, sir.
Let's see what he can get. Taking his time.
And not to
Deep
talk
breaths.
anything up too much, but sub 5 is doable. NAR average is doable. And Max Parker's had a stranglehold on the NAR average for a very, very long time.
Very, very long time. Since probably, 2017? If not 2016? Looks like there's a few pairs on this scramble. Not sure how he's going to deal with it. I'd be looking at green if I was him, but he's settled on yellow. And he's off. Not bad. Onto OLL, straight onto the PLL, and it's a good start. 5.16. Nice.
5.16. So it is a good start. His PR average 5.09 or 5.06, 5.09. I don't remember. It's one of those numbers. A 6 is just an upside down 9.
I would have done a different OLL algorithm there, which wouldn't have given me a diag, but either way, he nailed that Y-perm. Good start as well, doing a fancy little X-cross. But Stanley coming up for his first solve now.
Ready.
5.16.
So looking at it now, Max Park
Stanley
has
to beat
held,
that, he'd have to PR.
Max Park has held the North American record average ever since his 6.39 world record average in 2017.
Oh, okay.
Since then, nobody else has ever had the 3x3 NAR average.
Pausing for a century there, Stanley. Not a good solve at all. He's had in the rough one. And that's a 10.
Needs to use Rue.
That's not my ID.
Yeah, we're just pausing a lot. Solving the pairs wrong. Nothing really went well for him in that solve. Almost
See, that's
double.
like a me solve,
Station two.
except when I solve like that, the time's like 18.
So we're going to have Hunter on station 2 now. Pink Floyd.
Familiar face that we've gotten to know during this live stream. Got himself a killer one-handed PR average. 2 seconds sub his previous average. Let's see how he goes with 2 hands.
Oh, that was
Twice
a lot of
the hands,
rotations
twice
and new
the speed,
moves.
maybe?
Not looking like a great solve for Hunter here. It's going to be a 12. But Luke's coming up for his second solve now. Started well. Can he keep it up? Got a 5.1 with a rough last layer. Not a great OLL into YPerm, one of the longest PLLs. But with that flawless turning we're known to see with Luke, he's still got a good time. 5.03, his current PR average. He's had that for quite a while. Had some close calls. Really hunting for that sub 5, if not NAR average. Scramble looks decent. Yellow's got some blocks. So does red. I haven't quite figured out how to make it work, and it looks like he hasn't quite yet either. Going for blue by the looks of it. And he's off. Good turning. Bit of a pause towards the end of F12. And he's butchered the last layer, giving him a 7. Really strong start. And then it just got worse and worse. Look at this start though. Boom. Really strong. Look at the turning. And then COLL
Looked like
into
he-
UPerm.
Yeah. Well, it wouldn't have been a COLL, because even just the 2-gen L would have given him a CP skip. It might have just been a ZBLL from the wrong angle. Might have needed to do it from a U2 away.
No,
I'm
no,
not
he
sure.
did a COLL.
It didn't look like a COLL. Was it a pie case
It
or a
was a
H
COLL.
case?
It was a pie case.
I don't know. Maybe my cube knowledge is
I bet money on it.
flawed.
I bet money on it.
I don't know, mate. I still think I'm right. And I am clearly the better 3x3 solver out of us.
I think you're wrong.
I mean, I already have 2
Because I can do it faster with my eyes closed.
Here's Ansel.
I'm ready.
Apparently it's all over for him
Ansel.
already.
And I'm next to Luke. I think just keep getting better.
It's Jova, but can we get Barack?
What is Bro doing? Do pseudo, do pseudo. Yes, he did pseudo! That was sick.
Sway.
Nice pseudo, bro.
Sub 10.
And he mentioned it as well. He messed up,
The
but then he
pseudo?
did pseudo, so he made up for it. Alright, Luke Garrett, low 5, low 7. Scramble looks okay. I don't really know what he's going to do here. Looks like he's zooming in on red. I think there's an X cross potential. And he's underway. Good turning, bit of a lockup. It's solid. 516 again. That's counting. This average could go either way right now.
Yeah, I'm happy with 2 of those. So out of the 3.
Here we go. This is exciting now.
Yeah.
And then G-Perm to finish. It's all really, really well. Solved well, executed well. Not a whole lot of pauses there. Fluid turning. Can't complain too much with that. Maybe the case is not the greatest, but even still.
If he gets
I've got Eli.
466, I think, on his next solve, sub 5 is possible.
I very much look forward to it.
I believe. Oh, Eli Cat's fumbling there. Not happy.
Reposition the hands to do that U-perm. Check it on the replay. There was a long time between the recognition and then starting the ALG.
Yeah, big fumble. Oh,
Rotated.
Last
Finished off that last pair. Knows the OLL, but then just paused a little bit.
Here comes
Yeah,
Ansel
who else
again.
have we got? Who are we seeing now?
It's me, right? Yeah.
Owen, station 1.
Stop putting
It
me
is
here.
Ansel.
Can I at least get an 8 or something respectable? Ready.
He wants an 8.
It's something good for the stream. He wants something good for the stream. We are wishing
Well,
him
he
all the
pulled off
best,
a nice
sending him
pseudo
good
spot on the
vibes.
last solve. Come on, Ansel.
Team on strats.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's what I wanted.
Oh, and he's messed up the cross.
Tyler, station 3.
He is commentating over his own solve. Should we just go home? Like, we're not.
Yeah.
We're not
Oh, well, I
necessary.
actually already am home.
Commentators
I
can
don't
do
know
their
about
own
you.
job. I'm
Here's
also
Owen,
home.
station 1.
I'll just go to bed.
That was a good. This is a good solve. Lots of turns. 908.
I wasn't
If
happy
Eric
with it,
plus
but
2'd.
for my money, that looked like a pretty decent solution. Like, looked like a pretty decent turning as well. Like,
Yeah, he was kind of bottling it towards the end
a
there.
couple rotations, yeah. 4 rotations in that as
Stanley.
well.
Not sure what
Stanley
Stanley's
Chappelle.
got. Just a 10 apparently, unless we missed one of his solves. It looks like we
I don't believe so.
did.
It
I
looks
can
like
see it on the
scorecard.
scorecard.
Oh no, it looks like on the scorecard he's got 2. This will be his 3rd. We're not sure what he's gotten on his 2nd, but
Station 1.
let's find out what this solve's going to be together. Oh, it was 1 turn off, but didn't stop the timer, so he's fixed it. 9:69. That's a counting time, so that's not really good for Stanley. It's a his
Yikes,
PR
don't know what he got
average
in a
is
second.
6s, so this is absolutely not what he would have wanted.
Not at all. Very rough. Having a rough one. Got a couple of wins earlier. Got that clock PR average, but since then he's been struggling.
Luke, station 2.
Oh, you already got a new one too.
Alright, here comes Luke. Low 5, low 7, low 5.
Really? Oh my gosh. What was it?
I did 11-12. I beat Owens PR from like 2016 by .002.
Oh my gosh, that's big.
A bit of chat
Alright,
with the
Luke.
judge possibly helps settle the nerves.
That's my fault.
Yeah. Bit of banter always helps settle the nerves for me. Yeah, he
It's about
knows.
getting
He
in the
knows.
zone.
He's got that 7 hanging over him, and he doesn't want to waste that counting 5.1.
Owen, station 3.
His scramble is not great. Looks like he's going to be going for an orange by the looks of it. Can't see exactly what he's planning.
You never know what the continuation
start.
will be like, though.
This is good.
Very good.
Oh no!
Oh, it's just lucky on the PLL.
That OLL a little bit
Just a little
lucky
bit
and
of
the
a fumble
PLL
on that
lucky.
PLL.
The F2L was so good though. He's going to be kicking himself.
That had great potential.
Look at that. Nice OLL.
Daniel,
Did a
station
bit
2.
UU, and then, oh, rough. 542 is best possible average. Could still walk away with a solid
Pole,
average.
station 1.
But if he gets a good solve on the last, he's really going to be kicking himself because he knows that solve could have been low 5 if not better.
I got a pole. No, I have when you're ready.
Eli, station 3.
Mr. Titans. Tennessee Titans, as we've discovered throughout the stream.
Yes.
Solving on station 1 at the moment.
Coal shaft.
PLL about 11 to 13.99, just sub 14 there for him.
Station 1, yellow.
Not sure who this man is. He's getting a 10.
One of the faces that we haven't seen much of. Hello. I don't think we caught that on stream,
I was
sadly.
just hoping that maybe.
Well, it's definitely recorded.
That's okay. There will
Maybe
be
we'll see
many
it in the
chances.
replay.
I had to take a bite.
Will we?
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Hello.
No, not gonna see it. Not gonna see him taking a bite of the camera in the replay, sadly.
Oh.
You ever taken a bite of a camera before?
Yes. I've taken
Oh,
a
here we
bite
go.
of
I think we're gonna see it,
Ari's
guys.
camera.
This is what we've been waiting
Is
for.
this it? It's the same hands. And
There we go.
Glorious. In all its glory, there he is. We have been consumed.
This station is actively colder than the others. I'm like convinced. I'm ready.
Stanley talking about the
Probably
coldness
just
of
right
this
under the air
station.
conditioning vents.
Yeah. It's rough. You always find those. Try to avoid them if possible. But Stanley's average is always really butchered here. See if we can get a nice solve to finish up. Not going to be this one.
There's nobody.
734. What I would
Oh,
do.
you got a 5
to
on
get
that
the 7
second.
is Whoa, okay, not bad. What's PR?
His only good solve of the finals and we
that's
missed it.
far away.
I think he has a 5.4.
Luke, station
539 is
2!
PR.
That's the best.
Alright, Luke Garrett, last solve. 5.4 best possible average. If he gets a good solve here, he's going to really be kicking himself because he knew that our fourth solve had a rough finish and could have been low 5 if not better. But if you walked away with a 5.4 average, I reckon it'd still be pretty happy with that.
Daniel, station 1!
I don't think we've seen this last gamble yet, so we don't really know what it's like. Luke Garrett is color neutral, so it's pretty easy for him to find something decent. A lot of solved pieces here. Looks like he's going to be settling on white.
8 seconds.
As we've said, Chris, it's not how you start, it's how you finish, and Luke Garrett will be looking to finish strong. Last solve of the competition for him. Great start. Good turning on the F12 pairs.
It's good. 5.3. That's going to be
It is a good
like a mid-average, a mid-5 average, 5.48. Nice.
That's pretty
So
good for Luke,
yeah,
then.
didn't miss out on any sort of PR because of that lockup. So I think he's going to be glad about that. But this was a strong finish.
Thank you.
And a strong average for Luke Garrett. And he is your winner of Washtenaw Fall 2024, or Luke Garrett Fall 2024 as we like to call it.
Luke Garrett Autumn.
I had OH solves faster than that today.
But yeah, we're going to finish up these last few solves. I think Stanley Chappell still has another solve to come. Here he is
And
now.
there he is.
He's got a 5.
Just off to the side of screen, you might have seen. We'll get eyes on him.
10.597 is his average so far. BPA of 755 because of that 5. Worst possible average of 904. I think 755 would pretty comfortably get him that second place, but 9 average might not even get him on the podium.
12.
Let's wait and see. Looks to be solving well. Just a little bit of a pause and rotation back. OLL now and PLL. Yeah, it's looking like he'll be kind of nestled in that like high 7, low 8 second range for the average.
Probably didn't podium.
In fact, 829.
I think that's still going to be a second place for him. Going off second round results, that's still second place.
Not sure who else at this competition would be kind of getting times around there. We check out the round prior. What was the result that got third place last round? It was Owen Wittes 8.42 last round. So there's potential, but wouldn't count on it.
But yeah, Luke Garrett going to take the win by almost 3 seconds, I think.
Yeah, it was pretty comprehensive in the end. See a couple of highlights. That's not a highlight. I hate what I'm seeing here. Stanley Chappell emphasizing me. This is absolutely not what I signed up for. I did not wake up at 4 in the morning to watch myself get nemesized by Stanley Chappell. I don't even think we're live.
Yeah, one of Luke's good swan solves. Luke upsetting and taking the victory for that. Stanley was the favourite. But after Stanley had won clock and 2x2, Luke was like, no more. I'm going to win square one. Luke then with one-handed taking a comfortable win by over 5 seconds with a mid-9 average. And this was one of his better solves, is 8.9.
Doing his best along some not so savoury cases, but still getting some good times out of it. And then, of course, we finished up with 3x3, and it was a comprehensive win for Luke by well over 2 seconds. And he is the winner
counting
of
that
Washtenaw Fall
5.16. What a comp. We've had a great time walking you through all these great solves. It's been great watching Luke and Stanley do their thing. Sadly, no PRs that we managed to witness from the two of them, but Stanley did get that clock average before we started the stream earlier on. But thank you so much for watching. Thank you for Happy Feet Productions for doing the stream. Thank you for watching on Speedcubing TV. Shout out to all the guys at the competition for putting on an amazing stream. Stay hydrated, and we'll see you another time.